Welcome back to Squared Circle Sessions, where this one's just a little bit different. This is a bonus episode that kind of steps away from the traditional limelight of Squared Circle Sessions, and this one came straight from the people. In this episode, I open up the floor and let the chat take control as we dove headfirst into the biggest talking points in wrestling right now. The turnout in the overall atmosphere surrounding the final match of John Cena this last weekend. Opinions were flying, debates got heated, and absolutely no one held back. But it didn't stop there. What started as one discussion turned into a full-on wrestling forum covering everything from legacy, fan expectations, the current state of the product, and what moments like this really mean to the wrestling community. And for the first time, we aren't just talking to the chat, we're talking with them. Members of the live audience jumped in, shared their takes, made their voices heard, and turned this episode into a true community-driven conversation. So kick back, lock in, enjoy this unfiltered, unscripted bonus session of Squared Circle Sessions. This one belongs to y'all.
I was listening to right now in the car for like the last couple days, and it got me today.
Hell yeah, dude. Big Cass. What about Big Cass?
Big ass.
Brock Lesnar in the chat says,
Maybe that's the main event of next Mania.
Big Cass. What do you think? Big Cass should have been the one to beat John Cena?
Right.
I miss John Cena. Yo, bro, me too. It's been 24 hours off. And yeah. And I woke up this morning and like one of the first things out of my mouth was, John Cena is now a legend. Just a legend.
I kind of woke up like, not with like a knot in my stomach, but I was just like, damn. I was like, this really just happened. And it's like there's no escaping it now. It's just all over social media. All I see is like, even if it's not him retiring from last night, it's all of like his past accomplishments or like his best moments and everything. It's just very bittersweet.
Yeah, and same in the to what was said in the comments. I teared up for that, the video package too.
Oh yeah. And especially like every time you see that picture of him with the paper belt when he was like a little kid.
Yeah, dude. But one thing that I don't understand, and this kind of irritated me seeing it, was the people that were like following, screaming, cussing, all that shit at Gunther to his bus.
Yeah, that's a little too much.
That I was like, okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I may have been one of those people that was like, yeah, no, fuck that. Me and the homies hate Gunther. But come on now. That's just too much.
The fact that he had to have heavy like police and security presence to walk him to the bus was insane.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like that's one of those things that kind of makes wrestling fans look bad.
Yeah, but also like, I mean, not to like, because I know you say specifically on the screen not to, but just to take out of context for 1 second, I feel like if there was anybody that needed that, it was probably Triple H.
Yeah.
Triple H is probably the main guy who needed that more than anybody, because those people were pissed.
And like I'm trying to I don't know. I put that up there because that is a subject that'll lead into like 20 different other topics. Did you hear people booing Triple H? I did. I don't know how you couldn't.
Yeah, sorry if I opened up that.
No, you're good. But I don't necessarily want to say that he didn't like book or produce that main event, but we don't know.
I mean, but it's just tough to really like grasp who did, because I mean,
It
The other
very
part of
well
it
could
too
have
is,
been Cena.
yeah, but like the other part of it too is also the fact that, like, I mean, I said it in the chat alone too, and that other guy was up, but I think another thing that just fueled the fire a little bit for last night was basically his entire retirement run.
Yeah, the retirement run could have been done a lot better.
Oh yeah, a
Now,
1000%.
I don't think it was the spawn, like the spawn of wrestling existence, right?
No,
I I don't think it was the worst. And I
no,
could be in the
definitely not.
minority here because there's a ton of people that think, "Oh, it was the worst run. It was the worst year in wrestling."
Yeah,
What
it's
a way
far
to
from it.
send that what a way to send your top guy off. It's like, no, it wasn't the worst. There's
Well,
decisions
okay.
that could have been done better.
I mean, here's the thing though. If they're saying that, they really haven't watched the entirety of his career then. Because there have been far worse years of John Cena than this
Absolutely.
retirement tour. Like, I mean, trust me, dude. I tell you about all the time how I'm like the biggest Cena fan there is. I remember how dark it was in like 2010, like going towards the late part of 2010 and like early 2011, and just it was constant just hate and slander on Cena for anything he did.
Oh yeah, like Hannah mentioned here in the comments. Did they not watch 2010 or 2019? It was rough.
2019 was on a different scale for sure though too, because I mean that was the start of like him becoming more of a part-timer altogether. And honestly, man, like, I mean, it's crazy to like kind of read up on that and also like hear the stories of him just when he was battling like that skin cancer, and just seeing him gradually just lose his posture the way he has and
Yeah.
losing his hair and all that.
What do you
That kind of
mean?
hurt me the most.
What do you mean? Join me and be rude. What does that mean, Lesnar? Um, but no, like there has there has been negative on this side, but I think there's been a little bit more positive about it than negative.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like
Like, I mean,
I remember the controversy after Jay won the Rumble, and trust me, I did not want Jay to win the Rumble. I was one of the people that was like, "Why the fuck?"
I
But
can't lie. I did crash out when I saw it was Jey Uso taking Cena. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
I look at it optimistically. It's like, okay, I'm open to seeing what this could do. I wasn't for it. I wasn't against it.
Well,
But I
nice. Go ahead. My
was
bad.
I was open to seeing what it could turn into. Cuz little did we know it could have turned into one of the biggest things that WWE's done.
I mean, it had the potential at the time because, I
It really
mean,
did. And, Jey Uso's not ready for it.
he's not ready for it, but like, I mean, at the time, it was undeniable to try to pull that trigger at the time being, because he was basically like one of the hottest things in wrestling by far.
Arguably
Like the Yeet
the
movement.
like
Yeah, no, you could make that argument for sure, because the Yeet movement was literally like on levels maybe close to the Yes movement. I can't say altogether, but like it had the traction behind it.
it really did. I just think like if they were gonna have him, I'm not against him being a actual main event star, but I don't think it was ready quite yet.
I mean, the only thing that's kind of like tricky with that though too is when's he gonna be ready? Because he's also at that point where like, yeah, he's gotten all of the praise and everything at the time, but we also got to sit and realize that like he's been in the game how long? He's maybe about close to most of the top guys' ages. Like
Oh yeah,
he might be close to LA Knight or even Cody's age, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, and like trying to think of the right way to put it. It's like with that one gimmick he had with the whole yeet movement and everything. That was great,
Mhm.
but that was all that that character really had, right? That was
Yeah,
the
no.
only real like grasping straw that was there with him.
I also just feel like it may have been a fumble in that regard, though, too. Because here's the thing I kind of didn't really get behind when it came to that was the fact that you actually saw some character development out of him during the Bloodline storyline.
Oh, absolutely. Right hand man Jey Uso was like definitely on the tracks of being something.
I
If
mean,
we had that Jey Uso win the Rumble, I think we'd be having a completely different conversation.
1000%. Because I was just going to say, I can argue that character alone is not as big as obviously the Yeet movement, but I'd say it's a much better character than that for sure.
Absolutely. Jay
Because there's
got,
just so,
and Glenn mentioned it here in the comments. Jay got bland quick. And it did, because all there was to him is the Yeet deal.
yeah, for
So it's
sure.
like if he were to like even change it up just a little bit, show that there is more diversity than just a four-letter word, right? Then we could talk about doing something like that. What's up, Gilbert? But
Yeah.
um but no, Rumble was I was optimistic about that. Then we go to Elimination Chamber. Now, I am going to say this and come at me if you will. The heel turn wasn't bad.
Oh no, it wasn't. What? If what? No, it wasn't bad. I mean,
The
come at me if you
payoff
want
was
to about
bad.
this. I was gonna say, come at me if you may with this. I will argue a wall with this. I think it was the greatest heel turn of all time. For the moment it was, I think it was the greatest heel turn of all time.
Absolutely.
Now, the lead up to it and the build and the actual run was horrible. I mean, we're not
There
like
was some
giving the news out or
positives.
anything.
There was some positives to the heel run, but there was a lot more negatives to it too.
I think it's just, you know what it is too. They tried too late to experiment with this. Like, I mean, come on, it's his retirement tour on top of that. And the fact that, like, I mean, because I've also seen most of the Cena interviews that he's doing nowadays, even just kind of glossing over it a little bit. It sounds like they just came up with it on the fly. Like,
It really
half the
was.
stuff, yeah, because I mean, they wanted to sell more tickets at Elimination Chamber. Oh, cool.
And
Well,
what would have
what happens
helped?
tomorrow?
What would have helped if they didn't insert The Rock into that storyline as a selling of the soul for it to never be talked about again?
Well, I also think like it was too early maybe in the run to do it heel because I know that sounds crazy considering how many dates there are, but I would have thought that if you would have still had Cena win the way he did at Elimination Chamber by having the Seth Rollins stomp happen, you kind of could build that into something with like on the side with CM Punk like, hey, don't forget you wouldn't be here without that,
Right.
and then maybe kind of build up on that and have him feel some kind of way about that and he turns heel at WrestleMania. That not only becomes the biggest moment in WrestleMania history or even one of them, but you have more to build on just John Cena being heel. You don't have the expectations of, oh, when's The Rock coming? Or why the hell is Travis Scott in this? Like,
Right.
there's just so many other ways that it could have been perfect.
And then we had WrestleMania 42, which it wasn't a great match overall. It really
Yeah.
wasn't. And the
No, it wasn't.
inclusion of Travis Scott just made it worse.
I mean, I'm maybe one of the only people that like won't nearly shit on it as much as people do because I'm a little biased. I was there live, so that's for me.
No,
But
no, for sure.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like that match was great. It was by far. It sounded too experimental too, because the way Cena talks about it, it sounds like he thought way too much about it
Well, he was
because he was
trying to
thinking
be
about,
a heel while not while trying to keep the same kind of perspective, but playing a bad guy. Whenever, like
well,
in wrestling, whenever you change your character like that, you have to change some other stuff with it.
initially his perspective was is just, yeah, well, I'm a heel now, so you're not getting what you got from me before. So I'm gonna take the fun away from wrestling. So I
No,
mean,
for sure.
in all theory it works, but you still gotta keep like some levels of entertainment in it too.
Right. And then Backlash with Randy. It's one of my favorite matches of this entire year.
Oh, if you would have got that at WrestleMania, dude, that would have been a much better match. That would have had everyone go happy or go home happy. And on top of that, we would have had a much different conversation today.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
But at least that's one of the positives with the run for sure. Because, I mean, whether if it's Randy or even the Cody match, even to an extent, like the Dom match was fun. I don't think it was better than necessarily that match or even the AJ Styles match.
I'll let you know,
But
Hannah. But go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, no, but yeah, like, I mean, you were right when you said it like a minute ago when you were saying that it's just kind of laughable to hear everyone say that this was his worst run or any of that.
Yeah. No. Like it gets shit on a little bit way too heavily.
Well, it's just it's also one of those cases too where it's like it's one of like the generational icons going out, so people are
Yeah.
holding it to a high standard.
And then we had the fun little like the backlash match ties into this like the fun little side feud with Cena and Truth.
It was
Like
fun and all.
it wasn't anything that was gonna be ground shifting,
No, for sure.
but it was fun. There's you can have fun in wrestling, right?
I also just wish if they would have still gone ahead and done that. Like, I mean, the fact that when he turned babyface, like, oh yeah, now we can have matches on SmackDown again. We can have Raw. Okay, do him versus Ron Cena on like the main event of Friday Night SmackDown or something.
Yeah, and like which they did end up having a little match on SmackDown. It was Cena versus Ron Killings.
But at the same time, that's not what it's remembered for.
No, hell no.
We remember that because it's
Matter of
literally,
fact, without looking at what I'm looking at, I would have forgotten completely about it.
yeah, no, for sure.
And that horrible, horrible tag team match at Money in the Bank with Cena and Logan Paul versus Jay and Cody.
For the
I
same
thought
reason, too.
I thought that match was absolutely atrocious. Not the worst match of the year, because we'll get to that in just a minute.
It's just like, but why?
Yeah,
Like, why?
exactly. The little Cena and Punk feud that we had going towards Night of Champions, great. It was nice to see both roles flipped, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
We've gotten heel CM Punk versus at like top of the top babyface and John Cena. Now we have the roles reversed, where we have CM Punk basically trying to preach to Cena what Cena was preaching to Punk.
Yeah. And it's crazy enough because, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna sound cliche for even like putting this out there too. I think another thing that has to do with all of this initially in the grand scheme is it's a TKO thing too, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a TKO thing. Like, I guarantee you, in any of those board meets and everything, there might have been some really good ideas. I'm sure we'll never find out. And honestly, I wouldn't want to know because then it would probably just drive me even crazier.
No,
But
no, no, for sure.
I I guarantee you there has to be either Nick Khan or Ariel Helwani, whoever the hell is in those business meetings. that are probably listening to that and thinking, oh, you know what? No, you know what would actually make a lot of money this week? Let's call The Rock. And then they're probably like, okay, well, is he coming back next week? No, but it's going to make a lot of money. Hell yeah, let's do that.
Straight up.
Fuck. Like, okay, shit. Because
But
at least,
oh, go ahead.
no, no, my bad. I was just going to say, like, at least for what it's worth, like, I'm not going to sit here and be one of those people, too, that says, oh, I wish we had Vince back because God only knows how his booking was at the tail end of his time. But I just wished that we maybe had a better perspective of mind and somebody that would, you know, book for money and
You like book
book
for
for like good money.
entertainment while trying to book for the revenue side of it.
Well, for sure, because initially the entertainment makes the revenue.
Exactly.
So it's just it's fucking weird to think that it's very one-sided, especially when you got who you're calling your greatest of all time in the entire tour.
Yeah, no. And I'm going to say this and and whatever I bring stuff up that I'm getting ready to in just a second, it's because there is so many people on social media. I'm basically responding to some of them in my way.
Yeah.
I I don't see this as being worse than Vince's booking.
I mean, I don't either. I couldn't either. I
I've
mean,
seen that be thrown around a lot throughout this year.
come on now. We're maybe, let's say, what? He got fired in 22, 23,
22.
or retired? Okay, so 3 years before that, we literally had a segment on SmackDown where Roman Reigns was getting covered in dog food. Like,
Katie
come
Vick.
on now. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, but I'm saying, like, even the more recent history
Yeah,
of
I
him
know.
being there. Because, I
It's
mean, that's a whole other story.
now Vince has had better ideas than Triple H has had over the last year.
I'd say they go hand in hand. Because, I mean,
I'll bring you up in just a minute, main event. But I don't want to go as far as saying worse than.
no, but I'd also say they go hand in hand. Because, I
Oh,
mean, if I
absolutely.
had to be completely honest, I don't think Vince books the story better than Triple H does in this day and age.
Triple H is better with like the storytelling booking.
Yeah, long term storytelling is more of his thing, which is also why maybe I don't know, man. That could be another reason why Cena's retirement tour is maybe a tricky kind of thing to book for a guy like that.
And
Because
sometimes like in certain scenarios, long-term booking is okay. Like long-term storytelling. Cuz look at the bloodline.
yeah,
Now, after I was cool with, Solo's bloodline after Roman lost the title.
yeah,
But like writing that until that uh tribal combat back in January. I think after that is when it should have died off.
yeah. To tell you the truth, I couldn't even. I nearly almost forgot that they're still even together, and the fact that I seen
MFTs.
them not that long ago with the
Yeah.
face paint and everything too. It's just
But I will say this, and I want everybody's opinion. What is, in your mind, the worst match of John Cena's retirement tour?
worst match of the tour.
Throw it in chat. Let's see.
Hmm,
While you do that, I gotta step away for just a moment.
heard that.
Yana, you can read them off if you want to.
Gotcha. That's a good answer. I would say that, or definitely. Actually, I mean the Ron Cena one probably isn't as bad as that, but I would say there, or maybe the Logan Paul and John Cena tag team match. Yeah, Hannah might have got the right answer.
There is one right answer. There's some that were bad. There's quite a few that were bad, but
But
none
see,
of them
even I
reached the
would,
levels of WrestlePalooza bad.
I was gonna say, but even then, I don't even know if I'd agree with WrestleMania being the absolute worst.
No, WrestleMania, no. It was
Like, was
not,
it good?
it wasn't good,
No,
but
but I would argue even that him versus Ron Cena is worse than that.
oh, worse than WrestleMania? Hell yeah.
And
Now,
you even said it earlier, the Logan Paul and John Cena tag team match, I'd say I'd take as worse than that even too.
now, if Cena and Cody would have had their match at WrestleMania that they had at SummerSlam, we'd be having a different conversation.
Oh, dude, that would be one of the top 5 matches of his entire career, probably.
But now, what about y'all's favorite match of this retirement tour?
It's easily that, but I would also put AJ in that conversation.
AJ
I'd say
Styles?
it goes, I'd say it goes neck and neck between those two.
Hannah, what about you? Cody SummerSlam? Mine is either Cody at SummerSlam. I've got three, but one of them I think I'm going to hold a little bit higher. At number three, I would put Cena and Styles. No, I would put Cena and Cody at SummerSlam at number three. Cena Styles at two. And Cena and Dominic at Survivor Series at one. That was probably my favorite this year.
That's interesting.
Not only was it good in ring, but the fact that you had Cena not only putting over Dominic and helping like in the way of giving him his second IC title in his
Yeah.
hometown. But he also put over Raquel and Roxanne and Liv.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool to see too.
That match, in my opinion, was kind of like a love letter to that group.
Now, actually, now the more I think about it, I think if I had actually, I got my answer for my favorite then. I'd say it's Cody versus Cena for me, but only for this reason alone. Because, I mean, the match is one thing, but I'd say the build up to it was either sink or swim.
Oh yeah.
Because we already had seen what had happened at WrestleMania, and I will never forget seeing what I saw on Twitter leading up the week too, that everyone just thought like, why is this main eventing SummerSlam? Like we already saw how big a flop they had before. Why even make this match a match again?
No, for sure. Just a
And
second.
Cena not only delivered, but he literally showed that he still has some magic like that still left in the tank.
Nah, for sure.
Because I mean, maybe my expectations were a little too high for last night too, but I kind of wanted something like that. I'm not gonna lie. And I know Gunther's wrestling style is completely different than someone of like a Cody Rhodes, but I was hoping for that back and forth kind of magic. And you kind of got that, but I mean, it's just Mr. Never Give Up just gave up.
All right, sorry about that. No, my child is still awake, and I'm trying to get him calmed down. because he's in there with my wife. But no, like, the retirement tour could have been better. It could have been better booked.
Yeah.
But as far as all the complaints that I've been seeing, it's not as bad as what it's been given.
I'll tell you what's really the worst retirement match is honestly, I was not that big a fan of the Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin match.
No one was.
The fact that, come on, dude. Like, I mean, even if it wasn't Cena, could you get somebody like
Baron
get somebody
Corbin
else?
wouldn't have been a bad choice if they were actually doing something with substance with him.
I'll tell you what would have been fun. I mean, it probably wouldn't have been on the spot it would have that Mania, but I would have loved to see Chad Gable and Kurt Angle at that WrestleMania. May have been a little early though.
Dude, imagine if we would have got a Chad Gable like now versus like an early 2000s Kurt Angle or even like 2005 Kurt Angle.
Or wait, hear me out. What if we got El Grande Americano versus 2006 Kurt Angle?
Oh, Americano's dead. GG.
I mean, I don't know. He still is probably the greatest luchador we've ever seen in our lifetime.
I think, you're on to something. All right, I'm going to bring up main event.
Heard that. TNA Kurt Angle really was something else, though.
Oh, absolutely. What's up?
Yo.
What it do?
So, I gotta say, from the you said this retirement tour could have been booked better.
Yeah.
I feel the same because I've been booking this since he announced his retirement.
Oh, absolutely.
I booked the entire tournament. And this is what I would have done. I would have had Dominic Mysterio win the tournament.
Hell yeah.
And then I would have had Dominic Mysterio beating Cena still, retiring Cena, and getting the IC title back.
Hell yeah. No, and that would have worked too, especially with Dom still like making his way into the business.
Oh,
because he's only been in it for 3 years now.
And he's like one of the best heels in the business.
Longer than that, Jesus. But no, like he's got years left in him. He's just getting started.
You can't even really say he's in his prime.
No.
Prime years for a wrestler is like mid-30s.
Yeah.
I mean, just ask 2015 John Cena.
Straight up.
Oh my God.
2015 John Cena was ridiculous.
That man was
full. He was on demon time every match he was in.
No, like I did enjoy his run as United. Honestly, he's one of my favorite United States champions of the last 10 years.
Oh, definitely one of the best.
I could argue it's the greatest United States champion.
I would not argue that.
Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, he's definitely in the conversation.
Yeah.
But here's the other question.
U.S. champions, because who else is like a real notable U.S. champion? Lex Luger. I'm just throwing names out there.
Honestly, even people like MVP.
Maybe like an Eddie Guerrero.
Dean Ambrose.
Dean
Ambrose held the U.S. title for a year.
One of them that was a pretty notable one we can't name, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Redacted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like Cena, like that, he made that championship, especially in the time period, actually feel like it meant something. Because
Oh,
Well,
it
he
seemed
made the
like,
U.S. title seem like a world title.
oh yeah, because it seemed like after Ambrose dropped it to Sheamus, did he drop it? Was it Sheamus he dropped it to? I can't remember. But
Was it Sheamus or was it Seth?
I
Because I
think it
remember
was
Seth had a.
Sheamus in 2014
well, actually, because didn't Cena drop it to Seth at one point in that
Cena dropped it to
entire run?
Seth at SummerSlam 2015 to give
Okay,
Seth
yeah.
the double title, which
Oh
See, I
yeah.
build
have a feeling
which
that
helped
was at
build
Night of
into his match
Champions.
with Sting at Night of Champions. Cena won it back at Night of Champions.
Yeah.
See, I got that. I got that all reversed up.
Yeah, Cena dropped it to Seth at SummerSlam 2015 with the help from John Stewart to build up
I'm,
for the like
I'm
feud going
fucking
on with
weak.
Sting.
wow, that is a crazy pull.
So actually,
Like
here's a quick question then.
we seen John Stewart coming out with a chair, and we're like, oh, he's about to knock the shit out of Seth. Ends up whooping the shit out of Cena.
Crazy.
But
So here's a question for you
what's up,
guys
Yanni?
then. So, with this being said, I know we're talking about how the retirement tour could have been booked better and everything, but would you guys have hated it if it was just straight up? Let's just say the retirement tour was none of this. What if it was mainly just him playing the hits? He didn't win the 17th title, he didn't do any of that, and it was just him strictly having feuds with some of his older guys and just playing the hits.
I wouldn't have minded that.
No, that would have been great. Running it
I
back with
just feel like it
Punk, you
would have
know,
flowed a
going
lot
with
better for sure.
yeah, you know, him running some back with Punk, with Randy, you know, definitely working with some of the newer talent. Yeah,
I would have
Well,
been.
yeah, you'll have pieces of that, but I'm saying for like mainly like the big PLEs and such, that's where you're having most of those matches.
no, for sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Grimboog said it would have been mid. How so? I'm not disagreeing with you whenever I ask. I just want to know your opinion on it.
I mean, I could agree. I just think I don't know.
But no, like, as far as Mania, I would have had it be either Punk or Randy. Because it's a shame that neither one of them has faced Cena one on one at WrestleMania.
I think you would have had to do Randy Orton.
Yeah,
Long,
you would have
yeah,
had to do Randy.
history wise, definitely Randy.
Because as far as rivalries, it goes. This is my opinion. As far as Cena rivalries, it goes Edge, Randy, Punk, and then AJ.
I don't hate that.
I don't hate
But
that either.
but when you talk about match quality, it goes AJ, Randy, Punk, Edge.
Actually, you could also throw Kurt Angle into that too.
Oh, definitely Kurt Angle.
What made it mid was would have been the booking for it and the storyline build for the younger generation. What would be mid about it though? Like, is it that?
Here's a crazy pull that one of my friends said. One of my friends said Obafemi should have retired Cena.
I wouldn't have hated it.
I wouldn't have hated that either. Honestly, if they would have done Cena and Obafemi, I would have loved to see like a Umaga esque match with him and Obafemi.
Nah, for
where they
sure.
just where they just like tear each other apart.
Literally just tear into each other the whole time.
Just give them a solid 20-minute window to just
20-minute slugfest and nothing, and the gloves are off for everything. You could use chairs, freaking steps. You could throw someone off the Titantron if you want to. Not literally, but you know.
I'm gonna bring
Hey, listen.
Graham Boogs up because I want to hear what he's got. What's up?
All right. How do y'all see now that Gunther has retired Goldberg and John Cena? How do y'all see his booking going forward?
I see him being booked as like the threat of the roster.
I, s-
1000%.
I see him as, you remember early 2000s Randy Orton Legend Killer?
Yes.
The one that destroyed Hulk Hogan, Mick Foley, um, Big Show, all those guys.
Yeah.
You think about it, all those guys were on their way out. I see Gunther doing that for this generation, taking out all the older guys.
I could see that. And honestly, I don't hate it.
I saw on I guess you can call it a dirt sheet. I try not to be part of the IWC because it's like a hive mind thing. But that's neither here or there.
I was going to say
Um,
good.
but there rumors are circulating that Brock wants to retire at 2026 SummerSlam,
Yeah.
and Gunther might be the one to retire him.
I do want to see that. I
I mean,
would
that was
like to
already a dream match in
I would
itself.
like to see a one-on-one with Brock and Gunther.
Yeah,
Because those are the like arguably two of the heaviest hitters in the business right now.
That's a
but the,
match you can make a slugfest for sure.
but do you have Brock going out being pinned, or do you have Brock going out being put to sleep?
I would love to see Brock going out being put to sleep.
Yeah, you'd
Has
have to put him to sleep at that point.
has Brock ever tapped?
To John
I don't.
Cena, I think.
STF, right?
Technically, no, he passed.
Yeah.
Technically, he passed out at SummerSlam 2015 with Undertaker.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
a fucking
don't
can of
remind me.
worms.
Oh, the fact that he flipped him off the in the
He straight
mid,
up looked at Taker and just went, "Hey,
that was amazing.
all right, Grim.
But
Sorry about that. I'm
actually,
gonna bring you up." He tapped to Angle, Cena, and Taker.
but actually, here's my answer to what you were saying too, though. Um, I'd say the way you got to book Gunther going forward is honestly you got to take a play out of Brock Lesnar's book after he beat the Shriek. Like seriously, I'd say going forward,
His
you
book
just
destroying everybody.
you'd have to. I mean, I just in my opinion at least, you retired like if you want to call Goldberg that, two of the all-time greats.
Nah, Stephen A.
I
ain't
mean,
here.
it makes
Yeah.
sense. It makes sense because, all right, do you know the story behind Suplex City?
You talk about
I
SummerSlam
mean, kinda,
2014.
He completely
kinda. I
squashed
mean,
Cena. All right, so it happened after he beat the streak. They were discuss they were discussing Cena, Heyman, Brock. They were discussing the details of the match, and Cena said, "Well, you kind of have to destroy me because you just beat arguably the greatest of all time. So now you have to be that guy."
No, for sure. And honestly, if Brock didn't, and that was if that was a typical like one-on-one, just down the middle match, it wouldn't have legitimized Brock Lesnar like that. If they were gonna
Exactly.
have him like boast about being the one in 21 and one,
Right.
right? Having him go out with a fair fight to Cena, it's like, okay, what was this momentum push for?
Exactly.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that Brock needed to beat that because that'll be a long conversation that's neither here or there right now because Brock didn't need the streak, but I digress.
I have so many opinions about who should have taken the streak, but that's neither here nor there.
I
Yeah,
would have much rather.
we'd be here for hours talking about that.
I would have been more okay with El Torito beating the streak than Brock Lesnar.
I'm gonna
I'm
just throw a
being
name.
dead ass.
I'm gonna just
El
throw.
Torito, the megastar.
Realistically, I think Bray Wyatt should have ended the streak.
Yeah, and I don't hate that.
Mm,
Now, this is mine. And it's one of those like if it was to be the streak, it once the streak's over, Taker's done. To cap out a full story, it would have been poetic for the person to beat it be Kane from a story perspective. And both
I
of them walk out on top. No, on
I
top, but
like
like both of
that.
them walk out into the shadows.
I actually like that. I actually like that theory.
I could also argue though that if you're talking still from a story perspective, you know who would have been another good fit?
Hornswoggle. Sorry, what?
Of course.
Once
I would have took Randy Orton.
Fair.
the legend killer.
Well, because I wouldn't have even done it at WrestleMania 21. That's the thing. I wouldn't have done it at WrestleMania 21 because I would have made this like an ongoing story with Randy Orton. That loss to the Undertaker is crumbling around him, and he's going through like at least maybe a mania or two, thinking about that loss, and he's not over it. And then maybe going around more towards when you're getting to like the bald Randy Orton timeline and all. That's
Yeah,
when you cap the streak off.
No,
yeah.
that's fair.
And that was probably like the most dangerous, like sadistic version of him. So it'd be believable.
Oh, for sure. All right, Grams,
But
what's
then
up, man?
again, maybe not bald Randy Orton timeline, because then maybe we wouldn't have got Shawn Michaels and Undertaker at Mania.
Okay, I got one. I got one more name.
What you got?
Roman Reigns.
Ugh.
Tribal Chief Roman? Yes.
I was gonna say, what year are we
Big
getting
guy,
this?
the guy Roman Reigns? Hell no.
Big dog.
Hell,
Dude, you're not just
hell no.
you're not the guy, dude. You're just a guy.
Oh my god. Hey, listen.
Y'all keep talking.
Shout
I
out
gotta
to
mute my
John
mic for
Cena,
just a
'cause
second.
if Cena never destroyed Roman on the mic like that, then
We would have a much different Roman Reigns, that's for sure.
my god. Most people don't recover from a mic battle with Cena.
I would just love to be a fly on the wall that night and just think about what that fool was even saying to himself after that. Like, what kind of conversations did he have to have after something like that? Like, maybe I need to go to, maybe I need to go to mic classes or something.
Yeah,
Or
he went home and definitely looked in the mirror.
like deep, deep in the mirror for sure. Because that was a generational burial. They want to talk about how bad he buried the Nexus. I don't think anything comes close to that.
I mean, he beat up the Nexus,
No, for sure.
but
There's no argument
he verbally destroyed Roman.
without even having to beat him in a match.
That was like psychological. He had that man stuttering.
Which is crazy enough because he basically did the same kind of thing to The Rock.
The only person I've ever seen hang with Cena on the mic is Punk.
He can hang with anybody on the mic, though, for sure.
Oh yeah.
But you also got to think CM Punk is the master of the pipe bomb, and he was like that way before WWE.
Oh, 1,000%. But could you imagine the promo battles between Stone Cold Steve Austin and CM Punk?
Oh
That
yeah,
would-
it would have been a back and forth.
Oh, that would have been glorious.
generational segments literally would have happened between those two.
And
Oh yeah, definitely.
I believe they could have done it unscripted.
Oh yeah.
Just
I mean,
hand them the mic, hand them a couple mics, and just let them go.
or actually, you know, it'd be a fun one. Put Ric Flair and CM Punk on the mic.
All
I don't know
right,
about that one.
listen. All right, here when it comes to Ric Flair, I got a little bit of a hot take. He's a little bit overrated on the mic.
I agree.
I mean, I
He
would say,
he was good in one man promos.
In
but
a
I would say it
traditional
also
back
comes
and
down.
forth, that's where he kind of lacked.
I think Dusty Rhodes was better than Rick on the mic.
You know, what, I
Now,
honestly can't argue that.
if we were to get somebody to go toe to toe with Punk on the mic, give me Roddy Piper.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
That would be
We were,
absolutely legendary
Yeah, that would have been.
in
Yeah.
every sense of the word.
oh yeah. Piper was different.
Piper is one of my favorites to ever touch a microphone.
Roddy Piper was one of the best heels to ever do it.
In my opinion, he's top 3 heel in wrestling.
Who?
Yeah.
you could make an argument he's the one.
Yeah.
If I were to
I
choose
wouldn't.
the one, hold on, I have a list for it. Give me just a second. Give me just a second, Alex, and I'll get you brought up here.
Oh boy, here comes the lists.
I have
Is Jericho
lists.
on it?
Maybe.
How come my name's on this
Jericho
list?
would have been in my top 5.
Wait,
Top 5
How-
heel.
how come my name's on
Top
this
5
list?
heel, and that can talk on the mic.
That heel turn was absolutely like heart wrenching. The Festival of
Goodness.
Friendship.
The Festival of Friendship. The fact that they did that and that did not main event WrestleMania is criminal.
It would have main evented had, you know, they not have Owens drop the title to Goldberg at Fastlane.
Fuck,
But, you
come
know,
on, old ass Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Are you kidding me?
oh, I'll do you one better. Bray Wyatt dropped the title to old ass Goldberg in Saudi.
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
I will
Don't
never
remind me.
forgive.
That was a
Try
train
not to
wreck.
remember. I try to not to remember those years of wrestling.
I will never forgive the booking committee for that.
Because you got to have Goldberg go over, right?
I've said this on this live before, and I will say it until the day that I croak. Fuck Goldberg.
I call him Midberg.
Midberg. Goldberg.
Gilberg was a better Goldberg than Goldberg.
Gilbert was much more entertaining, that's for sure.
I made one of my friends literally be quiet. He's a bit one of my friends. He's a big Goldberg fan.
I'm sorry for your
And
friend.
we were having a debate. I said, "What does Goldberg have besides a cool entrance?" Everything that people say about Jey Uso, you can literally copy and paste that onto Goldberg.
Yeah.
He has a cool entrance. Can't wrestle for more than, will be gracious and say, 10 minutes.
Okay, I guess I don't have that list.
And has probably like the mad corniest like freaking one-liners too. Yeet or you're next.
Like, there you go. There
Okay,
you freaking
so-
go.
My top
But
three.
if you're gonna,
Oh,
but
go
if
ahead,
You're gonna
sorry.
compare Goldberg. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
But if
you're
gonna
okay.
compare two sides of Goldberg. There was WCW Goldberg, and then there was WWE Goldberg.
Now-
WCW Goldberg was way better
Absolutely.
and when he was in WCW. But now
WCW
you got
Goldberg exposed by William Regal.
Like
yeah.
WCW Goldberg actually had something.
Yeah, I hate to be a dick and I hate to like be a hater like that, but WCW Goldberg to me is just Ryback.
I can see that. I can for
It's
sure
just
see
fucking
that.
Ryback with a world title.
I'm not even mad at that because
I can see it. Like it's
unfortunately, you kind of have to put WCW Goldberg in the Mount Rushmore of WCW wrestlers because
Yeah.
he's just there by default.
oh for sure. And like
Actually, no, he's not there by default because I can probably give you four better.
I mean, you honestly could put the whole NWO on the Mount Rushmore, honestly. At least the
All right,
original NWO, not the army of the NWO.
I got Sting and DDP,
Those are good ones.
Booker T,
hell yeah.
and Hogan.
But are we talking more of like 2000 to 2001 Booker T?
I'm talking about like prime five-time WCW champion Booker T.
Now, can you dig that, sucker?
Now, if I were to do a Mount
I can agree
Rushmore
with that.
for WCW, Sting definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Dean Malenko is one.
Oh, that's a good pull.
People
Yeah.
forget about Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko is probably one of the best technical wrestlers to ever wrestle.
We'd go with Diamond Dallas Page.
Of course.
And fuck it, Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
It's
I
good.
think like one of my top 5 matches of all time is Ray and Eddie at Halloween Havoc 97.
I knew you were going to say that.
That's one of the
That-
greatest
yeah,
matches
that's the
to
one
ever
right there.
grace TV.
I was gonna say that might be one of the greatest matches in all across pro wrestling.
A lot of high flying wrestlers still try to do spots from that match.
Often imitated but never duplicated
Duplicated
is that match.
Yep.
You can
Yeah,
have
Rambo,
a
I hate to
match
admit
that
it, though.
has all the, acrobatic bullshit and all that kind of stuff, but you can't touch the magic that was there.
I mean, to be fair, Eddie and Rey Mysterio were like wrestling soulmates.
Oh yeah. Everybody's got a wrestling soulmate. Like,
Then which one of them is Dominic's father?
neither.
Listen, he's starting to look more like Eddie by the day.
He really is, and that's what's funny. It's like, now that we're getting older, it's like, okay, wait a minute. We've been
Even some
told
of the
all
stuff-
along that he's Ray's kid, but now I'm seeing something different here.
Even some of the stuff he does. Dominic and Rhea's relationship, did that not mirror Eddie and China?
I could argue it
Oh
was
yeah.
better.
And that's how they wanted to do it.
Oh, absolutely. And like I can almost see that kind of same a little bit with Dom and Liv, but I feel like with trying to like call back to Eddie and China, it was best with Rhea.
Yeah.
But man,
I
not to
agree,
be
yeah.
disrespectful though, is Liv not that much more of a baddie than China is though? Like, come on now.
All right, so
Attitude wise, yes.
I am
No,
a-
I mean, come on.
I am a
She's
huge
a
Liv
baddie.
Morgan hater. I'm a Liv Morgan hater. I just
God
I
damn
would-
it. And I just might be a Liv Morgan Glazer. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I will proudly say that. I am a Liv Morgan hater.
I think like up until the last 12 months or like the later half of 2024, I didn't really care too much for Liv. But once she like won the women's world title and then had this huge character change, dare I say is probably her best run.
I will say, Judgment Day Liv is probably the best Liv Morgan gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has done her best work.
And I mean, shit, she's partly responsible for one of the biggest double heel turns of all time.
This
Damn
man,
right.
Dominic Mysterio, turned heel while already being a heel.
And it fucking
Like,
worked.
how does that fucking happen?
And it worked, bro. People already hated him going into that match, but afterwards, like, going into it, they're like, man, fuck you, Dominic. After that match, they're like, okay, really? Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'll never, I'll never forget Michael Cole. You two-timing son of a bitch.
Now,
Hey, Michael Cole seemed like he was genuinely pissed. Bro.
now,
But could you imagine a prime Jim Ross on commentary for that?
oh God, that
Oh
man would
my
have probably
God.
literally died at
Damn
ringside.
Son of a bitch.
No.
Now,
You'll burn in hell for this stuff.
Dominic will be legitimized as a heel if he can get the heel reaction like Cena did at One Night Stand 2006.
When he walked through the ECW crowd.
Yes. Cena was
Oh
a
my
baby face,
God.
but listening to the crowd, you would have thought he was the biggest piece of shit to walk God's green earth.
I
My
hate to
God.
say it though. But like, it's just we're in a time right now where that's gonna take a lot because people are already starting to fall in love with too much of his heel character.
I know.
We're in a time where
It's the same way with Roman
heels are
Reigns.
more loved than
Yeah.
the faces.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
this
shit.
is kind of how I see it with Triple H. Is he books heels better because he was the better heel. If that makes any sense at all.
Hey, that reign of terror was probably one of the best heel runs I ever seen.
Triple
way I
H
see it
is
with
on my
Triple
top
H-
10 of like top heels in wrestling.
The way I see it with Triple H is, you'll burn in hell, Triple H.
Oh yeah.
You'll burn in hell for this, Triple H. You son of a bitch.
It wasn't a
That
quality
freaking-
week of TV without Jim Ross calling Triple H a bitch in some way, shape, or form.
But
Yeah.
that was a generational commentary battle when Triple H is just sitting in front of Stone Cold on the table and you just see Jim Ross just screaming at the top of his lungs while Triple H is right there. God damn you, Triple H. Damn you to hell.
Score, to answer your question about how I felt about Cena's final match, I didn't hate it. I genuinely didn't. Now, it could have been done better. Absolutely could have.
This is that I can agree with.
But I
It could
don't
have been
hate it.
done better.
Okay, so the younger me, because all right, so I'll put it into perspective. I'll be 40 soon. So Cena was when Cena started wrestling, I was like in my late teens. My teenage version hated it. But me now, like, I get it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and like the way I
Oh, I
see
agree.
it, it almost reinforces Gunther's character because, like we've said before, he's not flashy or sentimental. He's brutal, disciplined, and inevitable. It's like
Yeah.
that match almost fits his identity perfectly because there was
My-
no shortcuts, no distractions. It was just pure like graps.
Yeah.
He's a son of a bitch, if you ask me.
I mean, Michael Cole said it best: professional wrestling just beats sports entertainment.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Gunther is more of a professional wrestler than half of the roster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And as much as I dislike Gunther, Cena, this is how I see it. Cena made a career of beating guys like Rusev and going up against Brock Lesnar and these big scary guys like Gunther. So it made sense for a big scary guy like Gunther to finally be able to take out Superman.
Yeah, and it was like looking at it, it's almost like it wasn't about beating John Cena the name. It was more or less like conquering what he represents, and that's how in the business you can make somebody like feel permanent and not just temporary.
The guy that never
Yeah.
gives up, Gunther can say that on his resume. I made Mr. Never Give Up give up.
And like dare I say it was almost apropos in this last
Well, and
stage for
here's
Cena giving up because that's why like if you seen he cracked a smile before he tapped like yeah he did it, he got me, but it's all right.
Yeah.
well, and here's the other part of it too, though, is I think like as much as I didn't like Gunther being the final opponent, I understand it too from this aspect that I think John Cena is at his best when he faces that level of a heel.
He
Oh,
is.
absolutely.
Whenever he's put up against
Exactly.
somebody that he's got to like really come out of his comfort zone and like almost elevate himself a little bit, that's when he's at his best. That's why, dare I say, his best match was 2011 Money in the Bank with CM Punk,
Oh my God, yes.
where he had to match Punk's level. Like Punk was more professional wrestler, while John Cena was more sports entertainer superstar.
Yeah.
Cena has never been a good wrestler. I
Only
say
thing I'm
that
surprised.
loosely because, like, it's like, well, aren't everybody wrestlers? No, they're not.
No.
Only thing they could have done to make it sweeter for like a John Cena match is have his dad in the front row and have Gunther give him a good chop.
At this day and age, I'm surprised in like the late 2000s when Randy punted John Cena Senior. It's like, okay, that man's he's a little up there. Now I'm pretty sure if Gunther would have chopped his ass, that'd have killed him.
Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
God.
Probably. I mean, shit. But we're also talking when Edge broke into his house and they
Like,
had that whole segment, and all you hear is Edge talking about, "Yeah, look, I took his old man down. Down goes Cena. Down goes Cena."
now,
Dude,
like, a funny
6 year
story.
old me wanted Edge's head on a stick after that.
Funny
Dude,
story.
younger me hated Edge.
Let's see, it was
I didn't
2018.
appreciate Edge until my adult years.
Fucking same. Like legitimately same.
Every time I seen Edge on my TV, man, fuck Edge.
Well, actually, that goes back to our conversation from before. Never mind. Sadly, never mind. Roddy is the best heel. Edge, in my opinion, at least, might be the greatest heel of all time.
Edge is my number one.
Edge was Edge was a super villain. He was like beyond a heel.
Es-
He was a villain.
Especially
He,
with the shit between Edge, Lita, and Matt Hardy.
or actually, here's an underrated one too. What about even with Michael Hayes coming out and he straight up was talking to Michael Hayes like, "Oh yeah, where's your best friend Terry Gordy? Oh yeah, that's right, Michael. That's right. Terry Gordy's dead."
That's along the lines of Randy Orton telling Rey Mysterio that Eddie's in hell.
Like
Oh, that one
Yeah.
was diabolical.
that, and like,
Yeah.
there's some stuff like whenever I mention like the Edge, Matt, and Lita thing, to kind of piggyback off that, it was the same thing with Edge, Lita, and Kane. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's
Dude,
like,
Lita got around.
I mean, what I want to know is though, how the hell did Matt Hardy even think of so much as signing off on any of that?
You know,
because at the end of the day, Matt Hardy was about the business.
you
He was
know,
willing
I
I've
guess he's about the business, but like
I've
that is
worked
some real
indie
life shit.
I've
he
worked
was
indie
willing to put that
shows.
aside to make money for the business.
I've worked indie shows in my local area, and I wrestled a show in South Texas. It was this old, like, older promotion. And there was a sign in the back that said, real life problems get settled in the ring. That brings
Hey,
that brings attention, that brings heat, that brings revenue. And
I
so
mean, it
yeah.
sure
seeing
did.
that, seeing the feud with Brett and Sean, that kind of just
No, it sure
speaks to it.
did. It
Oh
sure
yeah.
did, especially with how uncomfortable it still is to this day to watch SummerSlam '05 with Matt Hardy and Edge.
Yeah, and it's like, I I don't know. I feel like the best feuds are ones that almost tie out into real life. I'm not going to say all of them because there's been some that were manufactured that were absolute
All
heaters.
right. How real? How real? How real is the Seth and Punk beef?
I don't
I
think
don't
it's as
know.
real as we think. At least now
It
it's not.
wasn't real. It was just not now, especially with the vision and everything. I think they've kind of just taken that whole Punk and Seth thing and kind of set it to the side right now
I think in the
until he gets
beginning,
back from injury.
when Punk came back leading up to, I think even as far as Mania, I think it was completely real.
I think if you would have done this in 2018, that would have been real as fuck for sure.
Like, that reaction that Seth Rollins had when Punk came out at Survivor Series, I don't know if that was like produced or genuine.
I think that was
No, that was
unscripted.
genuine.
Bro,
That was
like,
That was
genuine.
genuine for sure.
you want to talk about like Kevin Owens' crash outs of 2023? No, Seth fucking crashed out. I've never in my life
Plus, you
seen
also
so
gotta
many
think.
middle fingers come from
Wait a
Seth Rollins.
second.
He's like, fuck you. Fuck you.
Wait a second. So you're telling me Ezekiel is not Elias? Are
Well,
you
duh.
fucking kidding me right now?
Dude,
He's not. That's his brother.
dude, I miss
Yeah,
Kevin
that's
Owens.
his brother.
I miss Kevin Owens so much.
Fuck it.
God
I
damn it.
popped seeing him last night.
Oh, I did too. When I saw Elias come up and give him a handshake, I was just like,
Where was his brother?
He was at home.
Damn it.
All right, Hannah,
No,
I'm going to
actually,
send you a
it's
guest
fine.
request so you can join up here too.
GCW.
I'm also bringing up my podcast co-host. She's going to join in here in just a minute.
Cool.
But no, seeing like Elias and Kevin Owens last night, I was like, oh, this is actually kind of cool.
Like a
You know what I
full
mean?
circle moment.
Like, had Kevin Owens would have been healthy, I would have loved to seen Cena and Kevin run it back at least one more time.
Absolutely.
Because I think
That
as
would've
far
been
as
good,
Cena's U.S. title run, we cannot go without mentioning his matches with Kevin Owens.
Wasn't Kevin Owens didn't Kevin Owens beat Cena like immediately after he got called up?
At Elimination Chamber 2015, yes.
Yep.
Yeah. That's when he was the NXT champion.
Yep.
Yep.
Man, that's
And
just crazy work, though. Because I feel like if Triple H would have booked that today, there's no way that Cena would have lost to fucking Kevin Owens.
and that clean too.
Straight up.
And like a lot of heels nowadays, like they win by shenanigans.
Yeah.
Kevin is one of those that like
He wins clean.
he'll beat the shit out of you until you stop. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, but the way
Yeah.
I see it, Cena didn't lose to Kevin Owens that night. He lost legit to Kevin Steen.
oh no, straight the fuck up.
Oh yeah, Kevin
actually-
Steen was different.
Actually, I don't know. If Kevin Steen would have went against Cena, I'm pretty sure Cena would have died. Kevin
Oh, yeah.
Steen
Oh,
was a
yeah.
completely different breed.
I mean, but
Yeah.
come on, we're still talking 2015 John Cena, though.
That we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if we would have gotten like 2013
Actually,
Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen, bro.
Imagine the heat he would have gotten.
Imagine now, off the Kevin Owens subject, imagine if we would have gotten like Cena versus like a Ring of Honor heel Cody Rhodes. Do you
That
think
would have been
those would have been
awesome.
better than what we had this year?
Yeah.
heel Ring of Honor Cody Rhodes, or I'll even go as far as to say New Japan Cody Rhodes.
Fuck the revival.
Fucking Bullet Club leader Cody Rhodes. Bro. But no, like overall, like this full year, like I can't bitch too much because at the end of the day, it's like, first of all, what's my word gonna do? What's my word gonna do to fix it? Who
Yeah.
the fuck am I?
It really has not been a bad year for professional wrestling.
No,
really.
it could have been better.
I can-
Absolutely.
It can always be better, but it can always be 2010, 2011.
Like
Could be 2019.
heel Johnny here in
I
the
can
comments
strongly
said,
admit for W.
"Go ahead."
2019 sucked.
My personal opinion with 2025 with WWE, the booking could have been better, especially with some of the PLEs.
Oh yeah,
Now there was some decent message. I'm not gonna say that all the PLEs going from the beginning of 2025 till now have been shitty. There's been some good ones,
We've
but
had
the booking could have been better.
we had the Seth cash in, the Naomi heel turn and cash in.
that was really good too.
The Io, Rhea, and Bianca triple threat at WrestleMania, that was amazing.
Hindsight,
Yeah.
being 2020 and all, that match could have main evented.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
1000%. I was there to watch it myself, and I just was in awe of how great that match was as an opener for the show.
But no,
And I called it that Io was gonna win. Everybody looked at me crazy. Oh, Rhea's a powerhouse. Bianca's a powerhouse. I said Io's gonna win.
heel Johnny here said in the comments, plot twist: the masked man is Cena.
Actually, here's a funny one. Could you imagine if they revealed the masked man to have them take the mask off and it just have it be another mask?
Oh,
It's El Grande Americano.
oh my god.
Oh my
The way-
god.
All right, who do y'all think the masked man is?
Omos.
You want my honest
Gotta be.
opinion on that?
I'm just fucking with you.
I mean, it's clearly Obafemi, but okay.
Oh yeah, fuck me. You're right.
See, here's how I see it with the whole masked man thing. It is multiple people playing underneath that mask. But when it comes down to it, when they come down to unveil him, you know who it's going to be.
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna be
Goldberg.
Austin. Jesus
It's
Christ.
Theory. It's Austin Theory.
It's Austin Theory.
Yeah.
It is definitely
Yeah.
going to be Austin Theory.
I've seen a lot of either Austin Theory or Montez Ford.
I've seen Austin Theory, Montez Ford, and Santos Escobar.
I
Oh,
Oh
honestly
yeah,
think it's
he's
Austin
still
Theory.
signed, isn't he?
He just re-signed.
Fucking
Don't blame
why?
me.
Like nothing against
Yeah,
him, but it's like,
yeah, Santos.
why?
Santos Escobar.
But see, here's the thing with Escobar. His other two boys over in AAA doing
Oh,
their
they're
stuff with them.
Eating good.
So you know Santos is gonna follow suit and go over to AAA and do something there.
Yeah.
Another
Put
I'll be
them in
honest
person that
though.
I'm
with
surprised is still
WWE.
signed, if I'm being completely honest, even after like his entire tenure with being on the main roster, I'm surprised Apollo Crews is still there.
He is.
Yeah, he's been out with
Christ.
injury.
I could have swore Apollo Cruz got a future endeavor letter.
If he
No.
did, it hadn't been made public because I haven't seen it.
Hey kid, it's
No,
a budget
because
thing.
no,
Best
because
of luck in
Apollo
your
Crews
future endeavors.
already signed another 10-year signing with WWE. So, but
Let's
he's on
see.
injured reserve right now.
Oh. I mean, the last time I seen him was like a few months ago in like a backstage segment with like it was during like when um all the tag teams were like beefing with the Wyatt Six.
Yeah.
And yes, Apollo is still signed.
Yep.
I
You
had
know what
to
though?
But
like
he's on
fact check it
injured
because I'm like,
reserve because he has a torn ACL.
Fuck.
yeah. But even if he comes back, it's like,
Where do you put him? I mean, he's a mid carder, but I think that's the problem with Santos because Santos is actually a really good. He's a really good in ring worker. It's just right now the mid card on SmackDown and Raw is just too. I, he wouldn't fit in anywhere.
Yeah.
and like, it's one of those things of they have so much talent that unfortunately some get kind of pushed off to the wayside.
Exactly.
And this is where I kind of critique the U.S. Open Challenge just a little bit because I love it. Don't get me wrong, but we should put more people that don't necessarily get that kind of time in those positions. Even if they're built to lose, that's fine. Give them something.
At least they're getting seen.
Give them like
Yeah.
Apollo, for example. There's plenty
Honestly,
others.
Apollo Cruz. I'd like to see an Apollo Cruz versus Ilya Dragunov.
Oh, that would be a good match.
Like, the U.S. Open Challenge has been one of my probably my favorite part of SmackDown.
That's the bright spot of SmackDown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and honestly, that doesn't take much because SmackDown's been pretty fucking mid
Yeah.
over the last little while.
Oh yeah.
Even
Oh,
even
yeah.
before Ilya dropped it to Sammy. Sammy was cooking.
Absolutely. But no, like, we have people, like, I just pulled it up, like, okay, there's actually not a whole lot of, like, real, like, hidden mid-card people on the SmackDown roster besides, like, the Shinsuke or, hell, even, like, R-Truth. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at it now, it's like, there's not a whole lot if you look into, like, SmackDown is more faction-heavy than anything.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Like,
true.
you've got the,
I'd
like,
like to
faction and team.
I'd like to see Montez Ford go for it.
Give me, like,
See,
a
you know what?
Chris
That was
Sabin.
actually gonna be part of my next question.
What's up?
So to backtrack for a quick second. So I know we were talking about the Masked Man for a second, but I'm telling you right now, I would be a lot more intrigued and a lot more interested if they would have revealed it to be Montez Ford, because at that point, you got two things you're dealing with Montez Ford. Number one, that propels him to being a single star. Number two, what kind of work could he do as a heel?
And three, what kind of story would that be with the Street Profits?
That's actually a good part of it too.
You have like Angelo kind of being like, "Yo, dude, what the fuck?" You know, like
Yeah.
give us.
And then they,
oh
and then
yes,
they have a Montez tell him, "Well, I had to do what's best for me. You're holding me back." Something. It's there, like the.
Score here in the
Yeah,
comments
because it
made
looked
a
like they
really,
were going to
really.
do that in the first place.
Oh yeah, Score in the
Oh, my-
comments here made a really, really good point, which I would love to see. Ilya versus Pete Dunne.
Ooh,
We
Yeah,
want to
'cause
talk
that would've
about.
been
We want to
brought back
talk
from
like
NXT UK.
going back to like, you know, how heavy of a hitter Gunther is, and like how he's majored in like his graps and everything of being just like an old school, just like beat the shit out of you professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Where does Pete Dunne fall into that? Because
He's the
dare I say,
bruiserweight.
he is fucking ruthless in that ring.
He is. He's like surgical. He's he's
Pete Dunne's a technical wrestler.
oh, pure technical wrestler.
but I would say those three guys alone just make everything look so fucking painful.
They really
Dude,
do.
One of my friends said Ilya wrestles like he forgets that it's scripted.
Yo, low key,
And that's a problem because why?
he kind of does.
That's definitely a good thing.
Now, I see a lot of like critique about the H bomb that Ilya does. It's like, oh, he's just jumping on him with his elbow. It's like, no, dude. Like, you lay down and have some dude run up and drop an elbow right on your face and tell me, oh,
Full
that's not going to do
force
nothing.
like full force into the bridge of your
Full
nose.
force.
Like, don't
Yeah,
tell
it's
me
gonna
that move
fucking
ain't
hurt.
shit. It's
Dude,
Yeah, him being a
Especially if
grande
it
gimmick
hits you
is
the right
crazy.
way, it could knock you out.
the fuck out. Like,
I've seen him in NXT do it off the top rope to somebody.
like it's
He
those
did it all
little
the time
moves.
in NXT UK.
It's those little moves that look absolutely insane
Absolutely.
that helps like legitimize that gimmick, that wrestler. Because
Yeah.
it's like, okay, well, he can make a move that looks like this
Ooh,
look absolutely like murderous almost.
Yeah.
I just came up with probably the most interesting clash of styles that you'll probably think of.
What's up?
Imagine an Ilya Dragunov versus a prime Shawn Michaels.
Wow. I mean,
Now-
Shawn Michaels is the best in-ring worker I've ever seen.
But could you imagine how much he would sell everything you would do from a guy like Ilya or Pete Dunne or a Gunther?
My
Now,
God.
what about if we're talking about straight just force with their moves? What if we got someone like a Gunther or an Ilya going against somebody like Bob Holly? Hardcore Holly.
Oh God.
Oh,
Low
man.
key.
Someone would
Bob
legitimately
Holly-
die.
Bob Holly would probably get into like a straight fist fight with one of those guys though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I feel like people don't talk about Bob Holly's chops enough.
Ask Daniel Pewter.
Oh my God. He tried to the guy that tried to injure Kurt Angle, right?
Yeah.
And he
That's
got
crazy to
destroyed
me.
by Bob Eddie and He Who Shall Not Be.
Redacted.
Yes.
Like, watch the first 10 minutes of the 2005 Royal Rumble.
My God.
Like,
That guy's chest. Didn't they draw blood?
bro didn't have a chest after that.
Oh yeah.
Like, his titties were all the way up in the fucking nosebleed seats at the end of that.
Oh yeah.
They were
You want
smacked
to talk
the
about
fuck
blood
off.
and Bob Holly? Go back and watch that table spot from ECW.
Oh, God. Anyway, Hannah, what's up? Got the podcast co-host up in here. This is all going to be put on the podcast, too, so if y'all want to go back and listen to it, you can.
I will.
Just a little plug.
Shit, I was saying, I hope we didn't lose her.
Just joins in here like, you want to see who would really beat the shit out of each other?
Yeah, right.
But no, like, when we talk about heavy hitters, I feel like Bob Holly's name isn't brought up enough.
he gets lost amongst the in the shuffle.
Now, as somebody who has been in the ring and taken bumps and worked with some stiff motherfuckers, I don't even want to imagine Bob Holly.
Nope.
Kurt Angle and Ilya Dragunov.
From a technical standpoint, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to see like a main roster Gunther and Ilya one more time.
It's
Not
gotta
one more
happen.
time, but
They gotta have some kind of interaction somewhere.
See, I want it to happen, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm afraid of it.
He's the
afraid
first.
of it.
Isn't he the first guy to beat Walter at the time clean?
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
gotta be honest with
He
you.
won the NXT UK Championship from.
Yeah, he made him
Walter.
tap out.
Yeah.
With the way they're booking stuff nowadays, I am a little afraid of it. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm afraid that it like obviously it's not going to live up to the same hype as it did back in 2019, 2020.
It's just, will it catch the same magic?
It has the potential to. It very
Yeah,
well
'cause you know-
does.
But I
Because as
mean,
much as we could talk about it, there's no way we're getting that match in COVID ever again.
Oh, absolutely not. It very well can live up to what it could, but I don't necessarily see it happening.
also we also have to come to the realization we'll never get those NXT UK / NXT Black and Gold days back.
No,
No.
not even close.
No.
Now, when NXT really kind of lost me is 2.0. When they lightened up the joint, if you will.
2.0 is Tiffany Stratton, Braun Breaker, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, right?
Yeah,
A
that
little
era.
bit of LA Knight.
Yeah.
Give me Adam Cole and Ilya and call it a day, Score says. I wouldn't be against.
Ooh. You know what weirdly would be a fire match?
What's that?
Very unrelated with any of those guys. Give me Ricochet and Dolph Ziggler.
The selling in that match will be way so over the top.
I'll do you one
It
better.
would,
Make that a
it would
triple threat match.
probably on a level of Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam in 05.
I'll do you one better. Make it a triple threat match, and you got to add in JD McDonough.
Ooh.
You
Hey,
see the
listen.
way that motherfucker sells his ass off?
Mm-hmm.
JD McDonough is so good. Like
He's so good to be stuck in the vortex of Judgment Day.
Thank you.
Same
Thank
thing
you.
with Finn
Somebody
Balor.
that can agree with me on that.
Like,
Or how
Oh, you're
about
not
a
the only
Shawn?
one that agrees. Like, I say it all the time. Like, on the podcast, I love JD.
the Judgment Day needs to be done. Like, great, Liv's back.
It does.
We have the full faction, great. But the Judgment Day is dead. And the
As
fact
far
that
as
they're
I'm
still
concerned,
trying to
Judgment Day
make
was
it
dead
something,
when they
it's
kicked
not.
Out,
Or a matter of
Priest
fact,
and Rhea.
yeah,
how about a prime Dolph Ziggler and prime Shawn Michaels, and then one of their spots ends with a double super kick.
my God.
Yo, you know? I said that, like,
To tell you the truth, if it was to be for the Shawn Michaels thing, I wouldn't do Dolph Ziggler. I would do TNA Nick Namath and
fair.
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, going back to the topic of Judgment Day. I said this on the podcast a couple of weeks ago. And I kind of asked, I was like, at what point in your eyes did the Judgment Day lose everything and kind of just die? My answer, and this is going to sound absolutely stupid, so bear with me.
When they lost the theme song.
Yes, is when they lost Alter Bridge doing their theme song and went to Def Rebel.
I'd say that's part of it.
The Death
But
Rebel curse.
Like,
I'd say
that's
that's part of
obviously
it.
not
But
the reason why they died. But you can
nah,
tell whenever they lost it, they lost their image and they went down quick.
dude,
Yeah.
honestly, this one might be dumber. But you know what I really think is when they lost it?
What's that?
When Carlito got released.
Type shit.
I'm
Honestly,
I'm not
when
even mad at
Carlito
you
got
with that.
released,
Why'd they even. I don't even know why they fucking
because
brought
that's not
Carlito
cool.
back.
Carlito, I'll even go as far as say Carlito and also our truth. They were to Judgment Day what Sami Zayn was to the Bloodline.
Yes.
The comedy
Our
relief.
Truth is my favorite member of the Judgment Day. Fuck off, everybody else.
Is Nick okay? I can't find him on Facebook.
I was at the Monday Night Raw when they had a backstage segment with Truth and Damian Priest. And Truth was selling bootleg Judgment Day merch in the parking lot. And
Oh,
was
yeah.
giving everybody their cut.
Yeah.
What's funny is that was one of the. I think that was the first time I met our Truth. He was legitimately in the parking lot giving T-shirts out. He wasn't
Oh
selling
my
them.
god.
People walking up, he was just like, "Hey, want a T-shirt? Here you go."
Dude, our truth is a national treasure.
And they released
is.
him
He really
this
is.
year. They released him this year on my fucking birthday. I woke up on my birthday to our Truth being released.
The worst birthday gift in all entirety.
Dude,
And
you have
we
no
and we
idea.
rioted.
That'd be like getting a shit sandwich for breakfast on your birthday.
And you know
I
what?
remember waking up to that news and being genuinely confused. Like, I'm like, out of everyone you're releasing, it's him. And then on top of all that, it was Triple H's call. What?
I was literally gonna stop watching.
And what's bad is I went to the
was
Raw
close to
the
not
very
watching.
next day, and the amount of Truth chants we heard before the show even started was absolutely like heartwarming.
One of my I know somebody that was at that show. He said the "We Want Truth" chants literally took over the stadium.
It did. We were in Tulsa, Oklahoma for
Yep.
Monday Night Raw, the last Raw before Money in the Bank. Punk came out, did his promo, Sami Zayn come out, and we're still chanting "We Want Truth." It was to the point where after the show,
You can't handle the truth.
the Vision came out and beat the shit out of everybody in the ring. I think it was Punk, Jay came out, and I can't remember who else came out. But they were standing tall. They all left. Jay, Punk, and I think AJ was still in the ring. AJ Styles, because he was a part of the main event with Punk. And we're chanting, "We want truth, we want truth." It cracked me up because Punk grabbed the microphone and said, "How let it be on record, the fact that I said, how dare you chant the name of somebody who's not here anymore?" It's like, man, that's poetic as fuck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we have somebody that we've chanted for 10 years that
Yeah.
wasn't there anymore,
Yeah.
saying, "Hey guys, knock it off." Even though you could tell he was like, "Man, I fucking love this shit."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, Alex. Sorry, I was trying to bring you up, but I didn't see you up here. Send a guest request in real quick, and I'll bring you up.
All right. So back to Judgment Day. How do you exactly book their breakup?
You just do it.
Finn, turn on Dom.
Yeah, just do it.
I mean, that's as simple as it is. Like WWE, like I said this on the podcast last week, WWE overcomplicates things on purpose, and I just look at it as just do it. Just break them up. Have Finn turn heel on Dom, because I think it's like been long overdue for Finn and Dom to have a thing.
If anything,
And then
like to
You
revitalize,
just do it. It's not that hard.
I feel like if anything, like now to revitalize Finn as like an actual like member
I
of
think
the
it starts
roster.
with- I think it starts with Liv turning on Roxanne.
I could see that, but like
I would have Roxanne turn on Liv. The opposite. I would have Finn and Roxanne be kind of like a heel couple. I would actually put them together, and
Okay.
then I would have them like basically kick Dom and Liv out, and that would turn Liv and Dom face, which I think it's about time they do it anyways. So
Yeah, I
I
feel
feel
like at this
that
point, Dom it kind of needs to.
yeah,
Or
Yeah.
complete.
Dom is faced with the problem that Rhea Ripley had. They had no choice but to turn Rhea Ripley face because she was just too over.
Right.
Or
Like,
or
faces don't get that kind of pop. I mean, heels don't get that kind of pop.
What's up, Yanni?
if they're entertaining enough, they do. I mean, because how many times have heels been heels, and then
Yeah,
because they're so good at being heels, they get cheered anyways.
Look at
yeah.
LA Knight. He never had a definite face turn.
No,
You're
he just
right.
started getting liked.
yeah.
I
That
mean,
just
that's like
happened organically.
that's something that Chris Jericho mentioned in a lot of interviews, is that when you're too good at being a heel, the fans will start appreciating it. And then if you're a heel that actually has charisma, it's worse because over time the fans are just going to start cheering what you do, and that they're
Yeah.
going to turn you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's happened with so many people. I think the only person hasn't really happened to, well, it's happened slightly, but not like to the full blown extent. I think the only person that's been able to keep being a heel consistent and consistently get booed is The Miz.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he knows how
Yeah,
to
the
poke the
Miz has
bear.
kind of had like the Miz has also had those kind of things too, where he's never had like a definitive face turn, even too.
Yeah, but then every time he does turn face, it's always short lived because they turn him right back to being heel.
And he's one
Or
of those
actually-
versatile characters that can play both really well. If you want him to be like the squeaky clean babyface, he can. And if you want him to be this absolute piece of shit, he can.
Yeah.
He's one of the only people that like nowadays that has that form of versatility.
Yeah, the thing with the Miz is, and Seth Rollins as well, whether they're face or heel, their personality never changes.
Yeah, and like, we've mentioned this before on the podcast. It's like Seth can be a heel, but you're still going to sing his song at the live events.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
I have.
But who has more heel turns between the Miz and the Big Show?
Oh, Big Show.
Big Show,
That's not even a
probably.
question. What the
Show for
hell
sure,
kind of
Big
question
Show.
is that?
Big Show was doing a turn like almost every other week, it felt like.
Big Show has had more heel turns in his career than R-Truth has had 24/7 championships.
Damn.
Hey Rambo. Yeah, so
He's had
Let
he's
that
had
sink in.
24/7, 7-Eleven, 95 South many heel turns.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
is Big Show even like still wrestling or is he retired now?
I think he's doing some like very part-time shit in AEW.
I get that he still has like a passion for it, but like after like watching some recent clips, I think he's just retired. Like
Yeah.
Honestly, it's
His
not going to
Knees
do him any
retired
worse.
Probably 10 years ago.
He wasn't
Yeah.
great in ring. He wasn't like
The last time I seen him, he was doing some AEW stuff, and him walking down to the ring, it looked like he was out of breath. It looked like his knees were gonna buckle. Like he just looked terrible.
I think the last real like deal he had in AEW was against QT.
Yeah,
that long ago?
and it wasn't that good.
I mean, to be
Was
fair,
it?
if has
No, it wasn't.
our other podcast co-host Braden, he's not here right now. If he was here, he would absolutely shit on this take. But I don't think Big Show's done anything really that good.
I mean, like, okay, I kind of like you could. I mean, I see your point, but I don't think it. I think he's still a big part of wrestling in terms of like the past maybe like 25, 30 years.
Absolutely. Like he is definitely like a staple when it comes to the typical like big man.
Yeah,
Right? You want a big guy to come out and squash the shit out of the little dude. Cool.
yeah.
That's great.
In my opinion, for me, it's like I think he overstayed his like tenure for too long. Because even in like when he went to ECW, I think that's when things went downhill. Like they started booing him massively. Like he was getting turned on.
Honestly, the
in
last
feuds.
thing that I actually enjoyed was the little like mini feud with like Big Show and the Authority in 2013.
Oh, that was one of his worst ones.
Like I personally didn't mind that
Yeah.
one. But if I'm
whole
gonna
Authority was
like
bad.
think about like The last time he did something that was enjoyable to watch, it was that shit with Mayweather.
Oh, I was about to say that. Yeah.
That
Like-
was WrestleMania 20. Which WrestleMania was that? Or
24.
24.
Oh, 24.
Like that No Way Out where Mayweather gave him those 4 shots and busted up Big Show. I was like, oh shit, all right.
That was 24. Funny thing, like that was in Florida, and see, because I was like probably 5 at the time, so I didn't really know much about like geography. So I thought, oh mom, can we go to that? But it's like that was in Orlando, and we're in South Florida, so like she's like, fuck no.
Yeah, that's it's like me.
You
I
guys
was
gotta make a road trip out of it. That's sad. Your mom said no.
Yeah, no, she definitely would not have, because like
Good God.
Orlando's like 3 hours away from us, and she was
That
not,
wasn't even the craziest part of the freaking No Way Out, though.
oh, I know.
Craziest part by far of No Way Out was, God, the most heel move of that entire year from Randy Orton's when he slapped the ref in the face to fucking win the title.
That
wasn't. Oh yeah, that wasn't the way out. Yeah.
Score
I mean,
here in the
it's
comments. We were
smarter.
talking about like matches that would probably cook earlier. Score here in the comments said John Morrison versus Javon Evans versus Leon Slater.
Well, if Morrison was like 15 years younger, then yeah.
Give me like Johnny Nitro with those two,
Yeah.
not Johnny
Yeah.
Drip Drip.
Definitely.
Fucking
Mm.
like Eminem Johnny Nitro.
Give me Shane
I was thinking
McMahon
more
versus
Lucha
Javon Evans.
I was thinking more Lucha Underground, John Morrison.
Ooh yeah,
With
Neville
Javon
and
and
Javon.
Leon.
Oh shit.
Here's a good one. Are y'all ready for an ass pull?
What you got?
Give me Evan Bourne versus Javon Evans.
Ooh,
that. Oh,
I'll take that. Yeah.
that would put asses in seats.
Do you know what match
I'm
I always wanted to
cook.
see?
What's that?
Only because of how similar they are and they look like they could be brothers in real life. I want Billy Gunn versus Dolph Ziggler.
That could be a good feud as well too.
I
Like
thought you were about to say John Claude
Yeah.
Van Damme versus Rob Van Dam for a second.
one match.
I straight up thought you were about to say that. My fault.
One
Yeah,
match.
but there's like a lot of similarities between the two.
Yeah.
It is.
Actually, nope. Don't get me wrong. This is the pull of all pulls. In the main event of WrestleMania, Goldberg versus Ryback.
All right, we'll
That
see
would
you
be the
later,
worst
Yanni.
WrestleMania
I'm gonna
history.
kick. I'm just kidding.
That would be horrible.
That would be
literally
horrible.
That's a piss
would be
break
my-
match.
People would actually get up and leave. Like that'd be like, yeah, it would not be a match.
You want to know Vince
actually funny
booking?
to think-
There you go.
It's actually funny to think too that Ryback actually would go on TikTok and promote that as much as he can and have people think he would even
Ryback
want
and
to
TikTok.
entertain that.
Yeah, he's got a
he-
TikTok.
yeah,
I'm blocked on
Ryback's
it,
on
but you know it's
TikTok.
fine.
I should probably
Yeah, I
block
know,
him,
like-
set out to see his videos.
I'm gonna say
Dude,
I
every
know
time I
more
go
than a
on-
handful
every
of
time I
people
go
that have
on
been
the,
blocked on his streams.
Every time I go on the WWE TikTok page, Ryback always comments.
Oh yeah,
One
He's
It's
match,
like the
like-
same thing. It says "Hungry, feed me." That's it.
he's
and
then
he's like
He
a
gets
It's
absolutely-
constantly on every John Cena video.
he's a
and then he
toxic
absolutely
ex girlfriend.
gets destroyed in the replies.
There was one match I've always wanted to see, like, but obviously we're never gonna get. For me, it'd be like Kurt Angle versus CM Punk. I don't know why I feel like
That
that
would
match would be-
cook.
Yeah, because I can imagine like a part of the match, probably like at the end of the match when like, say CM Punk is gonna hit the GTS, Kurt Angle reverses into the angle lock. That I thought that'd be pretty cool to see.
Dude, Kurt Angle could reverse anything into an ankle lock.
Yeah, but
I think for me, I want to
with
with
GTS.
I think with Kurt, and Punk, 2 different matches. I want Kurt Angle versus Bret Hart, and with CM Punk, obviously the one that most people talk about is Steve Austin. But I also think because we never really got a true rivalry between the two of them, he was a part of the team at Survivor Series. But I would have loved to have seen CM Punk versus Shawn Michaels in like a real feud.
Oh yeah, we
Do
never,
y'all
oh, yeah,
know-
we never got that.
There is footage out there somewhere in WWE's vault of a dark match between Kurt Angle and Owen Hart.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That actually happened?
For Punk, I know another obvious match would have been like him and Savage.
Yeah.
But honestly, him and Punk and Steamboat probably would have cooked too.
WWE should have used Ricky
Oh,
Steamboat
yeah,
much
it
better.
would've.
Kurt Angle and Steamboat would have cooked too.
Dare I say, Ricky Steamboat is probably the best wrestler in the 80s.
But the problem is like he's so underrated. Like no one really talks about him that much.
And
I
it's
do.
absurd.
That's not a bad take.
Like on our podcast episode, we did a mock draft, and I drafted Ricky Steamboat. I chose him.
Fucking
Hey, you know ball.
as
I
far
like Ricky Steamboat. I think he's awesome. I don't think
as
he gets talked
like-
about enough.
as far as wrestlers in the 80s, not like sports entertainers, not superstars. We're talking wrestlers. First of all, Hogan doesn't belong anywhere on that list.
He's dog shit. Yeah.
Steamboat
crazy to
and
me, too.
Savage are like top two. Savage could
don't think
play
he-
the role of a superstar really well, but he can also back that shit up in the ring.
Oh yeah.
I have like a hot take, but I don't know if I ever like told Rambo about this. I feel like Vince McMahon. Well, I mean, it's not really a hot take; it's obvious. But I do feel like Vince McMahon held the women's division back for years because you cannot tell me that in the 2000s there was like only Trish and Lita and Victoria were the only three generally good in the ring female wrestlers.
Oh
I feel
no,
like
you had Gail Kim, Molly Holly.
well, Gail Kim,
Mickey James.
he
Mickey
foolishly
James.
let go, but like even like seeing someone like a Tori Wilson, I seen a match. I'm not saying she's amazing, but like I feel like if under the better training, they could have been better. Like they just didn't value that. They just like, oh my god, these women are hot. Put them in bikinis and just like yeah, instead of actually like
Mickey
making
James
those-
too.
Well, the
Yeah,
main
but see,
problem
that's
with
all
that
Vince
is
did with the women.
that's the main problem is you had obviously Vince there, but you also had John Laurinaitis, and he was the one in charge of hiring all of them, and he cared more about getting women out of Sports Illustrated and all those magazines and hiring them. And the Diva search was just about how hot you looked in a bikini. That's
Yeah.
all that mattered to them.
And Hannah, the reason why I mentioned this
it's like
because
terrible.
oh sorry, the reason why I mentioned this is because on Twitter, they were showing I can't remember her name. I think it was Bull Nakano, yeah, and then this other Japanese wrestler, I forgot her name, forgive me. But they were showing on Twitter, and there was a discussion saying that because this was 90s WWE, this was like before the Attitude Era, so like maybe like new generation, right? Or yeah, and it was they were showing the clips. It was a good match. Then I heard like people talking about Vince McMahon put a stop to this type of women's wrestling because the men were like getting butthurt, like women were outperforming them, and then like all this other stuff. So yeah, I feel like WWE could have had a much better women's division if they actually gave a fuck.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
back
Fit
then, yeah.
Finley gave a Fit Finley gave a fuck because he actually trained with them a lot, and so
Yeah,
like
it's Finley.
you talk to like Candace, Melina, Beth Phoenix, even Michelle, the people who are starting to come in around 05, 06, 07, like Fit Finley worked with them to help them actually look like wrestlers as much as they could.
Hell,
Yeah.
even look at
But
somebody like Natalia.
Base Finley.
Yeah, so Finley is amazing. Finley actually cared.
Now imagine like a fantasy, like imagine like in 2000s, like imagine if WWE kept China, they kept Gail Kim, they gave Trish, Lita, and Victoria more to work with. Let's just say like they bring in Awesome Kong, like because she's probably in the independent scene at this time.
Y'all keep going. I'll be right back.
They go for some maybe one or two Japanese female wrestlers, maybe three, who knows? And then let's just say miraculously like Natalia and Beth Phoenix are a bit older and they come into the division. That's a good women's division in my opinion. Like that's just more. It's just more versatile and more creative.
Hey, shout out to Natty, man. She is.
I'm so excited for her character to like the Bloodsport character to be in the WWE.
What's
It's
crazy?
about time.
What's crazy is this new character, and she said this in an interview. This new character is her. It's gonna be purely like the real her.
They need to make her go
The
full
one
like
that trained in the dungeon.
Yes.
perfect. They need her to go like full unhinged ECW Kurt Angle. Like we need like peak Angle. We need fucking like mouth guard, screaming out yeah, like pure like just straight up unhinged monstrous energy. Like we need like, because WWE needs that type of character now. We need like that peak angle from like 06, 07 TNA. Like they just need Natty to like go full on hinge with it.
No, for
Putting
sure.
somebody
And it's
in-
like,
that's what they're gonna do with her.
and I've never really been
putting somebody
against.
in the sharpshooter and like, yeah.
Double sharpshooter, like German suplexes everywhere. Just go after everyone. Don't make it like a whole don't do like how they do it nowadays. Like the heels are all teaming up and whatever. No, like make her fuck up both faces and heels. Like everyone's a target.
I've
Yeah,
never
make her-
necessarily
What
been
happened, like,
against.
before, like so like there was in like the 80s, 90s, and even early 2000s a lot of male wrestlers that were quote unquote what you guys said butthurt about like the women outperforming the men at times. But what I've liked is, I don't know if any of you guys know, but like I do like a lot of like the old school wrestling, and I'm a huge fan of Demolition. I always liked them, and they have a podcast, and I actually like seeing guys that wrestled in the 80s and early 90s that actually praise women's wrestling. They actually are not misogynistic at all.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's like
That-
really
yeah.
refreshing to see both like Axe and Smash actually talk like positively. And I thought they would be like those like out of touch older wrestlers when they had a podcast. I'm like, oh, please don't turn into like these bitter wrestlers that just talk down and everything. But no, they actually praise the women, and I think that's really refreshing.
And the thing
It's
is,
sad
it's
that
like,
it's a rare thing. It should be more common, but you know.
yeah, and the thing is like that's why I don't do like whenever I do my lists and stuff that I put here on TikTok. That's why I do not put like female oriented lists. Every list I make, whether it be top 10 like WrestleMania matches or Hell in a Cell matches or anything, for every men's list I do, I also do a women's list. However, I quit putting them up here on TikTok because of the misogynistic bullshit.
Yeah, because some random dude would join the live and say some dumb shit, probably. Or...
There was one dude in specific, and he had me removed off TikTok Live for 60 days.
Yikes.
Oh my god.
I put my top 10 WrestleMania match list on here. And if I'm not mistaken, I think my one was Rhea and Charlotte at WrestleMania 39.
That was
Yeah, it was because I seen that list.
They put on a banger.
Now,
I was gonna say that's definitely valid. That's definitely probably the cream of the crop of some of the greatest women's matches of all time.
I put those lists up and I open up my guest requests to debates on things that should be there, shouldn't be there, should be moved, whatever the case may be. And this dude did not like censor himself at all or try to like beat around the bush around it. No, he straight said, and I quote, "I can't be trusted around women's wrestlers or female
That's
wrestlers.
Crazy.
I can't see them in airports or run into them outside of wrestling events because I know that I would R-word them."
All right,
Whoa!
that's fucking
Holy shit!
He said that, and
That-
as
that
I
gets
was
you
in the
arrested,
process of
arrested.
kicking him, TikTok was like, "Hey, can't do that shit here."
Can people just be normal with the women's wrestlers? Like, I get it, dude. Like they're pretty. We can acknowledge that they're pretty, but like, can we just be decent human beings? towards
It's
them?
that
Like,
guy
bro.
that made it
Like,
to where
seriously.
I will not put. I won't do that anymore. I've learned my
Well, as
lesson.
somebody
Man
that's
should
been through
be
that,
arrested immediately.
as somebody who's been through that, it's more of like men just wanting power, and that's why they do it.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely absurd.
Sorry to hear that.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I have the hugest crush on Rhea Ripley.
That's okay. Everyone does. Like, it's okay. But
Who does?
But if I ran into her in real life, I'm not gonna like be all weird about it. Like, I'm obviously gonna probably ask for an autograph, maybe a picture, and just move on about my day. Like, why do people gotta be so weird?
the thing
No,
with me,
and the thing is, like, if I were to come across Rhea Ripley somewhere like that, I know she would fold me up and kick me to the fucking curb legitimately.
exactly.
Like,
Amen
literally.
to that, yeah.
The thing with me is that even in women's wrestling, doesn't matter which generation, it's always been admiration and appreciation. Like, yes, a lot of these women, they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, but I also appreciate how much of like badasses they are. They are very talented in the ring. Like Lita, I had a huge crush on her when I was a child, but I'm like, not just because of how she looks, because how she moves in the ring, bro. She was doing fucking moonsaults and shit, but like she's
And
incredible.
it's also like a size thing too is what gets me too. Is like people have a standard of like, oh well, these female wrestlers have to look like this. When I say Piper Niven is fucking amazing in the ring.
I wish we'd see like her versus Awesome Kong. That would go hard.
Oh, that would go hard.
But I don't know if you guys know Awesome Kong is Karma, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is she retired
Really?
or is she like?
I'm just kidding.
No, you.
I think she retired because she had like 2 babies.
That's
Yeah.
understandable.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, fuck WWE for not doing more with her. Because oh my god, it would have been so cool to see her be like women's champ. Well, not women's champion at the time, but you know what I mean, like world champion of the division.
The reason why she didn't have much of a career there is because when she got hired, literally like 3 months later, she got pregnant.
Didn't-
So she like that's the reason why like they didn't do anything with her is because she basically retired after that.
Oh, Yanni left.
Yeah.
Damn, Yanni.
And also speaking of the women and going back to your list of heels, is it crazy to say Stephanie McMahon belongs on that list?
Oh, she's
Absolutely
the best heel
not.
in the business,
Definitely.
female
perfect
wise.
heel.
Nobody touches Stephanie McMahon when it comes to being a heel on the female side. I am sorry.
I
Absolutely
mean, AJ Lee
not.
was.
That's
I
not
think AJ Lee was
crazy
an
at
amazing
all.
heel too.
Well, AJ Lee was a lovable heel.
Well,
Stephanie
yeah.
McMahon was just this dastardly evil.
There was points where I
Like-
felt bad for her because the crowd kept like chanting crazy shit towards her. Which I mean, I get it, it's heel heat, but like, damn, dude.
I mean, when I was younger, every time I saw Steph on my TV, I'd be like, "This B word."
Well, I
Straight
drafted
up.
her
Oh,
on
trust me.
my draft. I drafted Stephanie too for Heat. I was like, if I'm gonna be the general manager of Raw, which that's what I ended up being, like I want a Heat seeker for my women. I'm like, I have to have Stephanie.
Am I the am I the one that like hates her like theme song? I feel like her she had her older theme song was much better.
I think both of them are awesome, and I think both
Well,
of
My
them
Time
fit
is,
her
like-
at the time.
Yeah, I mean My Time is generational, but I don't think that's like really hers. But I could say My Time.
Oh, I thought you were talking about because she had 2 of them that were sang by Jackie O. She had the all
Queendom
grown up
and then,
one,
like,
and then the
yeah.
Queendom. And
Well,
I think the all grown up one fit her when she became general manager of SmackDown really well.
Yeah.
But then like the Queendom one really fit her like executive position in the company.
I think with me it's like All Grown Up just sounds more like, I don't know, the Queendom seems it sounds just like a flat song in general. It just doesn't sound like
Yeah.
interesting to me. But like All Grown Up, it works because like you can tell the rappers in it.
Splash Loud here in the comments said Vicky Guerrero is also a great heat generator.
Oh my
Dude,
god!
he was so goddamn annoying.
Man, do you know how many times I had to go to the bathroom and be like, "Yep, it's time for a bathroom break." As soon as I heard "Excuse me," I was like, "Yep."
I used to cover
I'm
my
going
ears
outside
like
for a minute.
When my mom and I used to go to wrestling shows together when I was younger, she would go with me. She would like, my mom is so funny. She would actually scream that to get people to echo it, and so like we'd be waiting outside like Moda Center and Key Arena. Well, it's not Key Arena anymore. It's Climate Plunge Arena now, because I'm in Seattle. I live in this like Seattle area, and
Okay.
my mom would yell "excuse me" waiting for the door, and then like everybody would start saying "excuse me," and my mom starts something all the time. It's like when you get into the arena and everybody just starts wooing like Ric Flair. My mom got like 30 people to start screaming "excuse me," and I'm
Oh
like,
my
I'm standing there and I'm pretending not to know her.
That's hilarious.
I'm like,
I
that's not my mom.
Vicky Guerrero was like the prototype for like all Karens. She
She
had,
is
like,
the Karen
hair,
final
yeah.
boss.
I forgot to mention this, but it's gonna be kind of an off subject thing. You guys were talking about a Ryback. I always wanted to tell Rambo. For some reason, I remember my dad used to like Ryback. I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know why. He used to like Ryback. And the thing, my dad's not even like a wrestling fan. Like he used to watch some from the 80s, but he actually doesn't really thinks it's like stupid or whatever. But for some reason, like he enjoys watching some of the guys like Cena, you know, maybe like Orton sometimes. But for some reason, he likes Ryback. He liked Ryback.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know why.
My apologies.
like
I don't know
Nexus
why.
Ryback.
Because like I don't know, like his. I guess it's because like his promos, like, "Oh, wake up, it's feeding time," and my dad thought it was funny or some shit. And my dad, this guy sucks. Like, why do you like him? I don't know why he was a fan of him. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out to this day.
You know, it's like you're going to the store with your mom. And you're like, Mom, can we get Goldberg? It's like, no, honey, we have Goldberg at home, and the Goldberg at home is fucking Ryback.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go back to a women's.
Ryback is what you get whenever you have your parents create a wrestler.
Oh my God.
Skip Sheffield.
All right. So speaking of Ryback and those days,
Meow, 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 meow.
had the Nexus not gotten buried,
Rambo.
where do you think? Where do you think that would have landed them? Like, if had they not gotten buried, would they be like? Do you think they would be up there with the names like DX, NWO?
Not really,
No.
because those stables had people with personalities.
The problem was like they had a lot of like the problem with Nexus, and especially with like creative in 2010, they weren't doing character work at all. They were just caring about like muscular people on television that could wrestle, and
then Daniel Bryan.
Then Daniel Bryan was the exception, but for me, it's like there would have been people that would have standed out, but as a group, no, because they were a charisma vacuum, most of them, and the only three people that I think I would have gotten anything of substance out of the Nexus, and then when they decided to break away and become single stars, the only three people that I think could have potentially had a quote unquote Hall of Fame career is Wade Barrett, David Otunga if they actually tried, and Heath Slater. The rest, nothing.
This is actually my childhood. The whole 2010, like, it sucks because everyone's like, I mean, everyone's like shits on that era, and it's like, damn, it sucks for me because I grew up during that era, so I had to experience that daily. But I was 7, so I didn't really give a shit. But yeah, like everyone talks about, oh, the Nexus got buried. It's like, were any of them really that? Apart from Daniel Bryan, were any of them really that like captivating?
Barrett
I
and
loved
Bryan.
Wade. Wade captivated me early.
Yeah, Wade is good, but
and then David
problem is,
Otunga
like,
captivated me. When they made him like when they had him be with John Laurinaitis and be kind of like Carlton Banks from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that was amazing. That was character work, and I feel like he could have been like his character could have been like this cocky like schoolboy type character, and that he's a wuss in the ring, but he always finds a way to win.
Yeah.
David Otunga, if they would actually tried, he could have had one of the most hilarious careers ever, but also like be one of those wrestlers that would always like find the most sneakiest ways to win.
That's just the heel stereotype, the chicken shit.
Isn't that Regal?
What?
Isn't that just like William Regal kind of a little bit? Like in the 2000s? Like
To a point.
But like what was Michael like who was Michael Tarver though? Whatever his name was. The
Exactly.
guy with the
Who was he?
and... like was he like a boxer? Like I'm trying to remember what his gimmick was.
I think he was supposed to be like a boxer type thing.
Okay. But they also like Michael McGillicuddy.
Yeah, but he didn't have the. And then when he became Curtis Axel, it didn't work either because he couldn't cut a promo to save his life.
Yeah.
Just like Ted DiBiase.
Paul Heyman couldn't save Curtis Axel.
Paul Heyman tried, but it didn't do much.
Ted DiBiase had the look, but he didn't have the everything else.
It's also like a case of like too much like I can't remember find the right phrase, but like when your father's done so much in the industry and you're kind of just there. It's like it's too much of pressure from like the.
Oh yeah, he lived in his dad's shadow.
Yeah, Ted DiBiase was such a crazy heel in the 80s. Like he was the benchmark for a heel of that time, and then you're just kind of there at a time when WWE already has enough good heels, and it's like, okay, you can't really succeed.
The $1 Million Man is actually on my Mount Rushmore of heels.
Oh, absolutely.
I think I think what didn't help those wrestlers back then, like the group that we're talking about, the ones that came to the main roster around 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, like that 6-year gap, what hurt, what I think legitimately, and like kind of hear me out, because when I say it, it's probably not going to make sense, but the kind of letting the OVW thing go, and then they switched to FCW. Letting go Jim Cornette and letting go Paul Heyman was the worst thing, because they were the ones in charge of OVW, and they were the ones really helping molding all those superstars. And then OVW was always doing like more house shows, and they also had more time. OVW talent literally always was like opening like dark matches for Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, even Velocity back then. So they got more exposure in front of what was going to potentially be like the Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown audience. The FCW group barely got anything, and they didn't have like the best the coaches and teachers, and they're pretty much shunned away in a warehouse in Florida, not to be heard of until the NXT stuff happened. So that's probably why those crop of talent didn't get to the level of John, Shelton, Brock, Randy, Batista, is because they weren't under the learning tree of a Paul Heyman and Jim Cornette, and they weren't at OVW.
That's a really good take. Holy shit. That's actually a really good take.
That is.
No, for sure.
And then he's still putting on banger matches over in AEW.
That is fantastic. Like good shit, Hannah. That's a very good take. I never thought of that. Wow. But also I would also I'm pretty sure with Vince, maybe even if the guys were a bit better, he just didn't trust them. Like obviously everything was just on Cena and like maybe Orton as well too. I'm not saying that they couldn't reach those standards of those wrestlers. I mean, we don't know, but at the same time, Vince had his favorites, and he was going to stick with his favorites. So
you know who Vince. Yeah. You know who Vince liked. Vince. I mean, I'm a Cena fan. I love Cena, but he's always been a company guy. Vince pushed him to the moon.
Well, I remember when Vince was a guest on when Stone Cold Steve Austin used to have not Broken Skull sessions, but the podcast series he had before that was on like the WWE Network, and it was on like monthly. He had Vince McMahon as his like first interview. This was like 11 years ago, and it was like the first special that they put on the network, and he talked about talent and everything and people getting over. And he literally said in 2014 that the last person to grab the quote-unquote brass ring was John Cena. And I went like, whoa, hold on. So you're saying Rob Van Dam didn't. You're saying that CM Punk didn't. You're saying that Daniel Bryan didn't.
It's because those weren't his guys.
I know, but it's like, how can you just like be so like oblivious? Like, did you like not watch your own product in 2011? CM Punk literally saved your company in 2011, and you're saying that he didn't grab the brass ring? It's like hard. It was like so hard for his ego to give other people other than John Cena credit.
I think it's because, going back to what I said, Cena's always been a company guy. Just like
Edge grabbed the brass ring too. Edge did too.
Like Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is Triple H's guy.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. To continue on with Hannah, I don't really like. This is why, like, when I go on Twitter, like, I get Triple H has been booking terribly, but I still don't understand why people want Vince McMahon back. Like, did you watch the last 5 years prior to his departure? Like, Vince McMahon, like, because if he said that in 2014. He should not have been in charge of the main roster at that time, because this is when the NXT call-ups were coming, and trusting Vince with that like group of NXT wrestlers at that time is like giving like a fast car, like a Lamborghini, to like a 95-year-old man who shouldn't be on the road. Like,
Vince put a storyline on the table to where he was going to be the father of Steph's baby.
Yeah, exactly. But like, this was at a time when wrestling was evolving, and Vince, like, way past Vince's sort of standards. So to keep him for that, or like for him to stay in charge for that long, because I think he left the position like what 3-4 years ago, probably.
Yeah. Well, he was forced out like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, and because to like kind of to contribute what you just said, he said that in 2014. 2014 was when NXT started to. Well, I mean, even before that year, they were starting to cook. They were starting to like heat up. So to like have him still be in charge of the product while you're making these guys in NXT and they're becoming superstars, there's always going to be like a high potential for them to just get screwed over because Vince's ideas of superstars is so outdated that these guys were not going to succeed.
And
Even
that's
though
the
they
part
should
of
have.
like
No.
holding on. That's the
He
part
would
of
have
like
buried
not
NXT.
knowing when to let go and holding on for too long. The problem is in round 2008, what should have happened was Vince should have, and this is a hear me out, Vince should have basically given his company to Shane and Stephanie, both of them, and then have one of them be in charge of whatever. But I always felt that Stephanie would have been really good at the administrative side because she's really good with like the TED Talk type things and like representing the company. And I always felt like Shane should have been the one in the chair and gorilla position calling the shots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
he
yeah,
didn't
like
he didn't want
Stephanie
to
could have
give
been
it to
like
his
the
he didn't even want to
Stephanie
give it
could
to his
have been like
kids.
the ambassador.
I would have gave Vince till 2011 because just like because even like just kind of like give him the CM Punk angle and then like give him till 2011 because it would have been a good payoff to the angle as well too. Like okay, CM Punk has a point, time to go, and then just kind of like just give it to Shane and Steph and let them do their thing, or just give it to Triple H at the time because I don't think Hunter had any. Well, no, yeah, give it to Shane and Steph, yeah.
The problem is he didn't trust his own kids. He didn't want to. He became very power hungry. He became more of a control freak as he got older, and he just couldn't let his company go because he was a
Not even
workaholic.
trust his own blood. What a monster.
Well, look at the way he's treated Shane over the years. It's not great.
Because he's not a great guy. Like he's just a prick.
A couple
like,
more
he's
people
just
I'm gonna
evil.
bring up here because one of them's got a take that I want to hear, and then another one he's hung out in the live for a while. I'm gonna bring them both up. Nike and Steven.
Yo.
What up, gents?
Man, it's good to hear from you, Rambo. Hannah, it's awesome to hear from you. So, like this is how I see it. So, he had 4 mottos, right? Hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up. I feel like the respect thing kind of went out the window, when he turned heel, which is cool. He had the hustle. It kind of went out the window whenever, of course, he kind of went to the Hollywood scene a little bit. That, and then the loyalty thing, it kind of went out the window a little bit whenever he was loyal to the fans, but he went heel as well. So we had one persona, right? The never give up thing. That was the one thing that if you look up John Cena, that you could say he had out through his career was never give up. And I feel like the never give up thing, well, I mean, I don't feel it, I know it. It went out the window too. So when you think about his legacy, yeah, he had a great legacy. He was one of the best. He had that 17 time, which no one's ever touched it. But when it comes to those 4 mottos that he lived by, which one can you say he truly held on to until the end of his career?
Yeah, I see it. For
You know
me,
what I'm saying?
though, sorry.
Oh, that's it, man. I'm good. You can go ahead, brother.
That's a good take, by the way.
It is a good take. The thing I was gonna mention Cena's retirement match. Now, I wouldn't have made him tap. Like, it's okay if he lost, but I wouldn't have made him tap. I think Gunter should have done like a crazy, or kept like giving him power bombs to the point where it's like his body couldn't take anymore, and then like just have Gunter beat Cena. What I will say though is I'm more worried, concerned or worried about the aftermath of this. Not because like obviously we know Gunter's gonna get nuclear heat, but it's like the reaction towards Triple H, like that is alarm. All the alarm bells should be ringing because when you lose the arena crowd, you know you're in some deep shit because those guys will cheer for anything. Like they will cheer anything. So when like you have the arena crowd booing you like relentlessly, you know you're doing something. Like the IWC and arena crowd should not be agreeing on something, and when you have them in like this sort of like, oh yeah, fuck Triple H, that type of like point right now, you know something is wrong.
Well, I texted
I also-
Rambo. I texted Rambo earlier today. Oh, it was either today or yesterday. I forget. My short-term memory's out the window. But I literally texted him. The Washington D.C. crowd got a rude awakening because, like, I think what happened this entire year is Triple H as a
was
booker
gonna say
got
that.
completely exposed,
Yeah.
and he
I
was
think-
exposed for
yeah.
not being that great. And like, the honeymoon period with Triple H is severely over.
It's bottled
It's
up
been over
frustration,
for
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, for
Follow that
sure. I
frustration.
agree. And what's crazy too is the post show. Man, not only did they say, F Triple H and all that, but they had enough balls to holler AEW, AEW, AEW,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah, I
what?
heard that.
I
Well,
was
I
like,
mean,
that's crazy.
if you look back at all the things that he's booked, look at everything he's booked wrong. I mean, he had Austin Theory take his Money in the Bank briefcase and cash in on the United States title,
Well, that was
right?
earlier. Like that was just okay. That was bad, but that wasn't like
I know,
yeah.
but I'm talking about if you just go down the list, like that was in 2022. Then you get to the what else? What else did he do? He had Cody win the Royal Rumble when The Rock told Triple H like, "Yo, like I'm gonna challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania." So we had that whole thing messed up. Then after that, he turned the New Day heel and didn't do anything on top of their heat, right?
Yep,
When
yep.
they turned on Big E, he turned Cena heel, didn't have a plan for a cheap pop, and then he had John Cena tap out in his last match, which goes against his whole character, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So
true.
like, we need to get this guy. We got to stop supporting. I mean,
And
that's
dude,
the only way they're gonna get him out of the freaking creative seat. Is
and
if
dude,
we
check
stop
this
watching
out,
and
bro.
stop spending money.
Check this out, bro. Not only did all this happen, dude, but you think back, dude. Think about the last two people whose careers who they retired. Where did they retire at? What is this thing with Saturday Night Main Event and retiring these people?
Cena should retire at
Goldberg
Mania.
and then Cena. Like why Saturday Night Main Event?
I also want to add. Well, yeah, I think Cena should have retired at Mania. Yeah, but I also want to say, look, I'm not a Karrion Kross mark. I'm not like a super fan, but he does have a point. A lot of these were just viral moments, just for the sake of being viral. Like bringing back Brock Lesnar at the end of SummerSlam, the New Day heel turn. You know, like everything was just like a vibe. And also obsession with like Andrew Schultz and bringing all these other the celebrities involved. I mean, that's been the WWE thing for years, but like now we're starting to see like it's just been a bunch of viral moments. Like even with WrestlePalooza, like the Brock versus Cena match was ridiculous.
The problem with Triple H's booking, he does what's called counter booking.
Yes.
He looks at what AEW does. He's on social media a lot. He sees what's going on in AEW and he's like, okay, well, I gotta draw the fans back over here. What am I gonna do?
Well, one thing that I wanted to bring up something, and this is one thing, the only thing that's going to, and I really just want you guys to really listen to what I'm about to say because this is like probably the most serious thing I'll ever say. The only way things are going to change in WWE, and especially when it comes to getting Triple H removed, the only way that's going to get TKO to wake up to how awful things are is if people completely boycott going to the shows. People need to stop buying tickets. So it's like if they are able to make one of the WrestleManias flop on sales tickets, like only a quarter of the stadium's full, then that's going to wake them up. But the problem is so many fans will go to the shows anyways, regardless of how bad it is, and then nothing's going to change. The only way anything is going to change in that company is if people just stop buying the tickets and actually going to the arenas.
Revolt more, yeah.
I agree.
Or just be more
I agree.
vocal.
Or start supporting
Well, no,
AEW.
like not being vocal, because like WWE says, Nick Khan and Triple H have said it. They do not listen to the online audience. The online audience is not who they are aiming their product at to. It's the crowd that actually shows up. The only way WWE is going to listen to the audience online and actually listen to the vocal majority is if people stop buying the tickets.
Hannah,
and that's the only way things are going to change.
Hannah, I agree with you 100%. And like, let me say this though. Let me ask you this, Hannah. I agree with you 100%. So like, if you do that, so like, what age and like what level of audience do you target? Because like, you know, like people like us that are we're within our 20 to 30-year-old range. Like, do we target more of the younger? We target more of the older? Like, what audience right now? What audience age or members is the one saying, you know what, fuck it, I don't care how good, I don't care how bad WWE is, we're gonna watch anyways? Like, who do we know who to target and whatnot?
You gotta target the adults because they're the ones spending the money. The kids don't have the money.
Yeah, they're the ones that are tagging along.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. So you gotta get
the people that are buying the tickets, the ones that are buying the tickets are the ones that have absolutely nothing on in their life besides watching wrestling. It's majority of the content creators go to these shows, and I get that that's how they get money. But if we as an audience stay home and watch the show instead of actually wasting money, gas money, hotel money, food money, parking money, like tickets, if we stop going to the shows and they have a WrestleMania that's only a quarter full, that's when they're going to start listening to us and realizing how important
The less
we
the
are
less
to the business.
people the less people go on to PLEs, the less people go on to Raw and SmackDown, that's the less they get in merch sales. And
Exactly.
it just
Agreed.
it
Hey,
just
Hannah, I got a question.
down.
That
Do you think Triple H can take this heat and become an on-screen character? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do
The
something with it.
problem is he's too egotistical. He needs to get off of TV. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
The problem is this. He's so much like his father-in-law. It's not even cool. He's petty as hell, and on top of all that, it's his voice on the WrestleMania like
Packages.
commercials.
Yeah, I
He
know. Yeah,
narrates everything. And like
yeah.
the Unreal documentary wasn't even about the company. It was about making him look cool. It was all corporate fluff to make Triple H look like he knows what he's doing.
Do you
Yeah.
believe, Hannah? Do you believe this? Do you believe that one of the reasons why AEW, in my opinion, I think AEW is doing a great job. Do you believe one of the reasons AEW is doing so good because the fact that they give us more of that ruthless aggression era kind of style? Do you believe if WWE had
Mostly
more
them.
of that ruthless aggression era style, kind of like when John Cena made his career? Do you believe that it would become a 10 times better product?
They need to go back to TV 14 rating. They need to go back to going to between like aiming their product at the 18 to 45-year-old demographic like they used to, not
Agreed.
just men but both men and women. They need to go back to a TV 14 format, get rid of scripted promos, work on character and story growth, and like go back to like actually putting like go back to having really good theme songs, establish your characters, bring back Titantrons, bring back video packages,
Hell
bring
yeah,
back
hell
We
yeah.
need we
separate
need
stages, bring back professional
Please
wrestling,
get
and
rid
on
of
top of all that,
Rebel.
bring back announcers that are enthusiastic. Like you used to have Jerry the King Lawler and Jim Ross when
Yes.
they would open up the show, they would be like,
exactly.
"Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here in
Yeah,
Seattle,
pyro
Washington. It's
going
gonna be
off.
a slobber knocker of an," and then Jerry Lawler's like, "Yeah, we got a hell of a main event, please."
Yes.
You
Yes. I
know,
love
Yeah,
this
it.
man, I remember that.
Hannah,
Yeah,
we
it,
need you in the
childhood right
yeah.
there.
Hannah,
it's
I
we
like
need you
watched
in the
Joe
WrestleMania
executive
Test.
producer.
23, and I was just like, I started having flashbacks of like how good wrestling was back then.
It's like, I'm
The other
sorry, but
night,
like I like Joe Test, but he's so monotone. He's like,
You're right.
"Ladies and gentlemen, we are
Yes.
here
I've
on
been saying that
Monday
for a
Night
while.
Raw."
And you know,
Yeah.
like those promos that, like the promos that Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross would give you, it made you want to watch even more. When he was like, you know what, he would look at Triple H, you are a one no good son of a bitch, and Jerry Lawler would be like, calm down. He's like, no, and you felt it too. Like you felt how mad Jim Ross was, and it made you even more pissed because he was pissed. I feel that
For
though.
fuck's sake,
yeah,
Jim Ross used to lose his voice by the end of every fucking show.
yeah.
Because he was that passionate.
And
But yeah,
It's just
with
like
Hannah,
Joe
everything is
Test, the only
so.
thing saving Joe Test on commentary is Wade Barrett.
Barry,
Hey,
yeah.
bro, I can't hear you on the mic.
Can't hear me?
You're talking really. Yeah, I can hear you, but you
Yeah,
sound really low.
your mic is very low, dude.
Yeah,
Is that better? I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's
a
a
little
lot
better.
I think you have to move, yeah. But Hannah, we
But
need
the
you in that
problem
executive
is,
producer position.
well, I've been trying to like so basically, do you guys want to know something I've been actually doing since I was 6 years old?
Of
I
course.
have been rewriting WWE television since I was 6. I have 22 years worth of boxes of rewriting WWE stuff since I was 6 years old. I have boxes labeled 2003, 2004, 2005. I have written down storylines I liked, and I have rewritten the ones I didn't like. I have Monday Night Raws, I have Friday Night SmackDowns, I have every pay-per-view since 2003 rewritten and rebooked. And I've been
so
doing that since 2003 because I knew when I was younger I wanted to be a writer for WWE, and I've
That's
been
insanely
trying so
talented.
so
hard to be in
Hannah,
that writer's room.
You're really
And
good.
one day I want to stand in front of Triple H and bring all the boxes and say, "Here's my resume, take it or leave it."
Hannah, let me
uh,
ask you this too. So this is another
I also
question
have
I've
a
been
question too for you. I have a question for you after that.
Yeah, so this is
What
something
else?
else. Okay, everyone remembers, the years of 2002, 2003. Our main characters was Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold. And we didn't care to watch them because every time we seen them, it was like we was watching someone new, even though they were the same people. What makes it so different then than now we see the same people? Jay Uso, we'll see Braun Breaker, but yet it feels so fucking pushed down our throats that we can't take it. Like, why was it? Why did it? Like, why was it like when we watched Stone Cold, Triple H, all of them? it wasn't pushed down. It was pushed down our throats, but we didn't feel like it was.
Do you
Now
know
we
why?
do, and I don't understand why. I don't
The
understand.
main thing that's missing from modern day WWE is authenticity with all these people. We feel like we're not listening to who they are. We feel like we're listening to a bunch of PG doctrine.
Yeah,
The problem is we are not getting authentic promos. We are not getting to know them as human beings. We're not establishing emotional connections with the audience. We're not developing we're not doing any satire anymore. It's no longer like physical theater like it was
yeah,
back in the day where it was very interactive and you felt like they were actually making sure that the fans are a part of the show. Like for
yeah,
example with Rikishi and Too Cool, they used to do the dance after the show to get the audience involved, and it felt like they were united front. It felt like the commentators were united with the audience. The audience was united with the wrestlers in the ring, and one thing that's also missing is the commentators narrowing promo segments. They have this uncomfortable like dead air a lot of times because you don't have the commentators bickering back and forth over what the baby faces and the heels are saying, because they're not narrating every single part of the show, so you don't feel like you're involved.
Yeah, you always had a heel commentator and a face commentator.
Exactly. So like every time that like for example, if we're going to use Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett as an example, every time, for example, when Seth Rollins and CM Punk were in the ring together, you should have had Joe Tessitore. He should have been talking about like Punk, right? Because Punk was technically supposed to be like the baby face, right? And then you have Wade Barrett. He's supposed to be backing up everything Seth Rollins says. And then
Yeah.
and they're helping tell the audience at home this is what's going on. And because the commentators are meant to help the audience at home be involved in the story, because
And
like when you're actually at the show the audience can't hear the commentators.
yeah,
It doesn't
and
feel
I feel
inclusive
like
And that
anymore.
was
my bad.
Wait,
I,
hey,
I
Hannah, I got a question.
closest
Oh,
we've
sorry.
gotten. My bad. I feel like the closest we've gotten to that has been Michael Cole and Pat McAfee.
Hell, even
McAfee's could be
Michael
a bit
Cole
too
and
much
Corey
now.
Graves, honestly.
Hey,
What
Hannah.
about Big Joseph?
As
Like
well.
he's okay.
Hey, Hannah, how would you? I have two questions for you. One,
Shoot.
do you think the tap out from John Cena last night did that ruin his legacy? Like, does it nuke his whole career? Because his whole thing was never give up, and then at the end he taps out. And my second thing is, how would you have written that match? Like, how would you have finished it off?
I wouldn't have
What's
changed a damn thing.
Bless you.
Do you know
really? Why
why?
not?
It's because I look at big picture. So we as human beings, we have our breaking points regardless of anything, right? So when John Cena had that smile on his face and he tamped out to Gunther, I look at it as like this. He does preach hustle, loyalty, and respect. He does preach never give up. But even when we are broken down as human beings, we become very vulnerable. And at times the only way we can show that we have courage is to quote unquote let go. I learned this from my grandparents. The only way you can hold on to anything in life is you have to be willing to let it go. The only way you prove you love something, like when you break up with an ex, right? And they're like, say you have unrequited love with somebody, right? And like you love somebody, but they don't love you back, but they love somebody else. You really show that you care about that other person because you want to see them happy. And if somebody else makes them happy, the only way you prove that you love something is to be able to let it go. John Cena was like, I love professional wrestling, but I can't hang with these guys anymore. I'm one step close. I'm one step behind in the ring. I love this place so much that I'm willing to let it go. So the only way I can leave gracefully is to tap out and tell the audience Gunther's the better man tonight. And I
So
Now,
think
I
that's
agree.
the big
So,
picture thing that nobody's seen.
so I agree with you, Hannah, on almost everything. You're freaking amazing. But let me ask you this though. So like you have kids. You have the kids in the hospitals. He did the most Make a Wish things and everything, right? So you have those kids that when they look at John Cena, they see that hero. They think of never give up, right? They see that never give up attitude. I can understand, hey, yeah, give up because it's better to let other people go. It's not my time no more. But don't you think, like, instead of actually giving up and, the kids seeing it and saying, hey, oh my God, I should give up, then just to say, okay, like, pass out completely, don't tap out. And then them kids in the hospital, and the kids look up to him and says, you know what? No matter whatever happens to you in life, even if it struggles you down, as long as it may put you out, but you can still get back up, but don't ever give up and don't stop fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like I see
That's
it
what
kind
I
of like
thought too.
that.
So the
But
way
really,
that
like what he
I've
was doing, the symbolism he had that moment was he was telling the audience Gunther's the better man tonight. That isn't really telling the kids that are in those hospitals that's giving up. That's actually kind of because I think the kids, like all those kids, if they watched John Cena pass out, I feel like that would been a little bit more traumatizing than him just saying,
Yeah, I
I'm done.
agree.
I'm letting go of who I used to be. I'm letting go of the wrestler. Gunther has got the best of me tonight, and I can actually stand up and take this instead of him. You don't want the image of John Cena laying out in the ring for 5 minutes. You want to see him actually be able to get up and actually be able to process what just happened, and then he can get that standing ovation from the audience. And I feel like that's the big picture thing that most people online aren't seeing.
that and to piggyback on that, it's like as we talked about earlier, Cena is a business guy. And he remembers all the ones that have tapped out to elevate him, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and others. So, and at that point, there was every adult fan just like us that were equally as pissed at John Cena for tapping them out, tapping their favorite guys out. But now he's on the other end, and now Gunther's kind of in that upper echelon. It's like Cena never giving up, and then finally in his last match, that's kind of apropos. That's why
I
he
can
cracked
feel
a
you on that.
smile, like,
Yeah.
"Hey,
That's
he
gonna
got it."
elevate Gunther a lot.
Now,
I can feel you on that, man. It's just like I see people like Goldberg who went through his whole career, never tapping out. But then you had Cena who tapped out. It was just like, God, man, it just breaks my heart to see someone like that who had that that motto, never give up. I don't know. I
Right,
guess
but you're comparing apples to oranges. Goldberg did not give to the company like John Cena did, and he barely wrestled
she
2 minute
just straight
matches.
said,
Also,
"Fuck
Goldberg
Goldberg."
had like a lot of like favoritism within WCW and everything. Like he was kind of just like a yes man, pretty
But
much.
no, like Steven, I definitely like see that for sure.
you know what I'm saying.
But
Like I wish he would have been the one to tap out, other than John Cena. You know what I'm saying, bro?
right,
Like I was not giving favoritism to Goldberg at all. I was just saying John Cena's such a freaking icon, a figure that was like, why couldn't it have been Goldberg? You know?
like
I
But
get
us
that.
as like I feel like the symbolism was John in that moment is realizing what is better for me, getting what is going to be better for me in the long run, me passing out, or me tapping out and saying I'm letting this go, and I'm showing the audience Gunther is the better man tonight.
Did you guys cry when during the
Which one
match or no?
actually is more dignified? Actually, him tapping out is more dignified than him passing out.
if anything,
Yeah,
him tapping out solidified his legacy instead of hurt it.
And
How?
actually, him
I don't
tapping
get that.
out is a John Cena thing to do, actually, if you think about it.
It's
I mean,
putting
yeah, I can.
over the like he's made it known that it's like if you go back and watch the Dominic and Cena match at Survivor Series, that match was all about putting them over. And he's been known to elevate the younger talent like a Kevin Owens or a Sami Zayn or an AJ Styles.
Dude,
Yeah.
Cena said it himself he said it in a promo with Cody. Cena said, "People say I bury talent. I don't bury talent. I bury mediocrity." If he didn't see something in Dominic, if he didn't see something in Gunther, they weren't going over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
I was gonna say so. Before I get to my next take, Hannah, I just find it insane how and like incredible how like you were at that age and you're rewriting wrestling scenes like because you said you were 6. Dude, when I was
Yeah.
6 I was crying because Jeff Hardy lost to CM Punk and he had to leave the company like that's and when you were 6 you were like rewriting like rest like WWE scenarios and everything.
Trizzy
Well,
here in
my
the
first
comments.
my
Sorry
first show
to
was
break
that year.
away.
My first
When I,
show was that year too. I went to WrestleMania 19.
Oh,
when I
that's
was
great.
6, I still thought I was a fucking dinosaur. You know what I'm saying? Like I
When I
can
was
imagine
6, I
writing
watched
stuff.
Kane beat Chavo Guerrero in 6 seconds or like 13 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
I'm
can
kind
I
of
ask a
young
question, Hannah?
so
Hannah, can I ask you a question? Now
You
that
can
now
ask me
that
whatever you
Gunther has
want.
now that Gunther has all this heat, who's gonna be his first? Who's gonna be that baby face to be his first opponent? I can't figure it out.
It
If
can't
you,
be
I
Jey
mean,
Uso.
no, not Jey Uso. No,
Please don't.
no, 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 no,
For
no,
My,
no,
my
fuck's
no.
brain, my
sake.
brain came
That
to
is
Sheamus,
dead
but I was like,
buried
we've
and
seen that
gone.
before.
Me actually, I am thinking. Hold on.
Omos.
No. A part of me thinks the best person right now for Gunther to go up against is at some point down the line when he does return. Not right now, but I feel Gunther, if they really want to make him if they really want to make him a full-on established babyface, from like a part-time standpoint, Gunther versus Roman Reigns. From a full-time standpoint, I think they need to do a CM Punk callback.
That makes sense. So,
Man,
yeah.
Roman's good. Roman's really good. Roman's never tapped out too, guys.
Yeah. So going back to Triple H's booking, one thing, especially this year, one thing that really pisses me off with what he does, the way he just drops certain storylines, and the way he just forgets, like, drops certain gimmicks, and also he just elongates certain things instead of just getting to like the end point or getting to the conclusion. So, like, for example, the whole breakup of the Judgment Day, is that ever going to happen? Is Finn still pissed at Dom? Because didn't Dom pin Finn at WrestleMania? Am I crazy? Or
Yep,
no,
he
did
did.
that not happen? So then why is there, like, shouldn't there be more turmoil? Then, like, the R-Truth coming back as Ron Killings, that I wish we saw more of him, but now he's just R-Truth again. The whole, like, El Grande Americano stuff, I get that he's beloved in Mexico, but, like, here he's just kind of another guy.
I think they're mainly waiting for Chad Gable to come back from
Bailey
injury
Bailey
before they
Jones.
can actually do something with it.
Yeah, and what's happening with
Bailey
Bailey? I
is
thought she was having like a
personality.
split personality gimmick.
Yeah,
Yep.
they just drop things like bad habits, and it's like they just do things for viral moments. They don't actually have any real plans,
Like-
and I think
like
they made that
okay,
loud
I've
and
mentioned this
clear.
before, and
the
this is
Pops.
one that I absolutely like hate the fact that they dropped because it could have been something. The summer of last year, when it was right before Chad Gable went into American Made, and we were getting ready to see a potential like Otis babyface turn to beat the holy
Oh, yeah.
piss out of Gable. If they would have actually executed that,
Oh my god,
that
Otis
would
is
have been
so over.
great.
Oh my god.
Not to mention, we never got the Theory and Grayson Waller breakup.
Nope.
They were teasing
yeah.
that on Raw forever, and then Theory just disappeared.
I wish
They broke up off
Hogan would have
screen.
had a last match. Who would that last match would have been? And I'm not doing any more guest requests for the night because of timing. So we're gonna finish up here, and then I'm gonna hop off because we're gonna put this live up on the podcast.
Sweet.
But to answer the question to ask the question to Trizzy here in the comments, he said, "I wish Hulk Hogan would have had a last match. That would have been iconic." Realistically, who would that have been to make it iconic?
Also, Trizzy, you said that the Goldberg slander is crazy. Can you, like, what's your favorite Goldberg match? I'm just curious.
I think for Hogan back in the when Hogan was on television around like 05, 06, I feel like ironically, I feel like Hulk Hogan's best retirement match could have been John Cena.
Yeah, yep. And going
Yeah.
back to Goldberg, I think Goldberg only ever had one good match. I wouldn't even say it would be The Rock. I would say it would. What was it? 97. It was Halloween Havoc. It was Goldberg and DDP. That was the only match I could think of that was even worthy of watching.
And speaking of Hulk Hogan, one thing that I actually did rewrite in one of my things, because I went back a couple years ago and rewrote 2002, I actually thought that at WrestleMania 18, the match that technically should have taken place, and this might be a hot take, but I feel like that WrestleMania match with Hogan should have belonged to Stone Cold Steve Austin, not Rock. Because at that time, Austin was technically by a hair more of the man than Rock was. Because if you go back to the Attitude Era, and I want you to put headphones on when you do this, a Stone Cold Steve Austin pop was always different than a Rock pop. The Rock pop was always like a
Absolutely.
little bit lower than the Steve Austin pop. Because Steve Austin
Absolutely.
got that guttural like bass from the audience, while the Rock kind of got like the high pitched squeals. And
The
like
glass
you get
shatter itself.
exactly. And
was more
so
over than The Rock.
so I always felt like because Hogan was the man of the 80s and it became and basically the torch got passed to Austin. I feel like that should have been the match at WrestleMania 18. I don't understand why it was Rock. I understand probably because of like star power and like the box office appeal of it, but I feel like Stone Cold Steve Austin could have gotten a better match out of Hogan.
Well,
I feel like
Hannah, I
there's
got a
like
question for you. Uh, with John Cena tapping out and the Undertaker losing his streak, like 10 years ago, what big moment does WWE have left besides like that? We just lost two right there, So like, what's left besides that? You know what I'm saying? It's something that's gonna like shock the crowd, like how we did last night, and like
maybe like a
with the
Cody Rhodes heel
Undertaker
turn,
streak. Is there
like a
anything
heel
left? Because
Cody.
I was thinking about that today at work.
I mean, even
Maybe
I
like a
mean,
retiring of Randy.
That's what I was thinking too. Was Randy?
Yeah, but
Because
people are
Randy would be the next one.
Yeah, but people are expecting Randy to possibly retire.
Yeah.
That's not going to be really like a shocker.
No,
We're talking
but,
about
like,
shockers.
I think the next. I don't really know what the next one would be.
That's a
maybe
good
like
question.
maybe
Cody
like
turning heel. It's got to be Cody turning heel.
the only thing also too I can think of, what I mean, like I don't know about y'all, but this for me would be like for like someone to come in and like not like Goldberg did with Brock Lesnar, but like completely obliterate Lesnar like he did with John Cena, right? So he's come in completely like someone like Oba. We're talking
Definitely
doesn't get
Oba.
you know what I'm saying, doesn't get an offensive move in. He just completely and then stands over top of him, and then he like says, "Hey, guess what? I am now the next Brock Lesnar. No one's gonna touch me." Maybe something like that would be pretty shocking to me. I mean,
And that's
Yeah,
the
but
thing, though. Like,
but the problem is they've been there, done that because Goldberg squashed Brock in 2 seconds.
I mean, he
True
did,
that.
but
But
yeah,
you don't
I
want
get
to
you
like
saying.
you don't want to do a rinse and repeat where somebody comes in and completely squashes Brock Lesnar in 2 minutes because that's already been done. You got to think of something different, like if you're going to
Someone
shock
to
somebody
beat
by
the
that.
holy piss out of Lesnar to the point where he
The,
cannot respond.
the
That's what I'm
only
saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cannot stand up, cannot walk out. He gets stretchered out. Like, we're talking blood all over his face. Maybe something like that.
the
Hey,
only
Hannah, say what
person
you're gonna say.
that
The only thing. What is
the
it?
only person that could shock me doing something like that if they want to give him the chance, like have like have it be like out of all people Dominic Mysterio doing it.
that'd be
Fuck
hilarious.
crazy.
Fuck yes.
That would be insane.
Dominic
Like
Mysterio
just
beat clean.
the way I think WWE needs to book is they need to do the most craziest, outlandish shit they possibly can do. Like do things that are just out there. Like I'm eccentric. I'm a little bit weird. I think the more stranger the better. I go for like let's just knock the roof off. And like, could you imagine Dominic frog splashing Brock 1, 2, 3, and then he is somehow able to get the upper hand on Brock? Like nobody would think of that.
Kind of like what Eddie did.
Yeah,
Yeah, just have him beat Brock straight up clean.
exactly. That
Well,
would
let's
be a
give that. Let's
shocker
give that to
moment.
Javon Evans then. Let's make him the star.
Evans not ready yet. Maybe like, nah, it'll work better. with
Evans
Dominic
needs a
as
few more
Goldberg.
years,
Yeah.
especially
Like,
to
the
get him
more
up to the
unpredictable,
echelon
the better.
of.
Like it being somebody like Braun Breaker, that's predictable. It's somebody Gunther, predictable. Roman possibly could be predictable. You don't want like if it's gonna be like a Bronson Reed would be predictable. Like have it be somebody that you do not even think in a million years could beat Brock Lesnar, and then he beats him.
El Grande Americano.
And I know people online are going to be like, well, make it make sense. Like, in reality, Brock could squash this person. I'm like, well, that's the point of doing like the reverse psychology. The wrestling fans, the IWC does not understand wrestling psychology very well.
Exactly.
And it's like, you need to get into the mind of like doing something that feels impossible and making it possible.
But
to,
that's the thing with. Oh, sorry.
well, do you want to go? Because I was gonna like respond to Steven's take.
What I'm seeing with this right now is that, and I talked to this with my buddy JD about WWE with everything going on right now, is that he's playing it too safe. He doesn't want to push the boundaries. He doesn't want to pull the trigger on certain things, and he's just playing safe. I mean, my friend JD calls Levesque now Sesame Street Levesque.
Yeah. But yeah,
because he's
yeah.
playing it as too safe, and he just doesn't want to pull the trigger on certain things, which he needs to do because that is going to be the only way, especially with the long-term booking that he's supposed to be doing. That is the only way some of this stuff is going to be that W is going to save WWE from losing fans and losing arena tickets and all the profit and everything. It's
But
going to end up losing it if he doesn't do that.
that's why you got to hire people in that writers room. You need people that are severely passionate about the wrestling business. And like I told Rambo this, like Rambo knows, like he can only imagine what a WWE would look like if I was in charge.
It'd
Like
probably be
And
for
I
me,
understand that.
it's like for me, it's like you need to hire people where WWE is their life and they care about making it great. Not hiring soap opera actors, Hollywood actors that barely know the wrestling business. Like I have lived and breathed wrestling as a fan since I was 3 years old. It literally saved my life at one point. And it's like I get so much hate about it for being a female, speaking of the sexist stuff, but I want nothing more than to be in that writer's room and create like the best content for WWE and give the fans an incredible show because that's what I care about. And that should be the number one focus. You shouldn't be scared to take those risks. If a writer comes up to me and says, "We should do you know what we should do? We should put the title on this guy." And I'll be like, "Okay, let's do it." Like more why not mentality should be going on in WWE.
Yeah. I was
Oh,
gonna
and I
respond to
agree.
Steven. Yeah, I was gonna respond to Steven. Because Steven said he wants Obafemi to take out Brock, which yeah, I think that should be the next step. I do think like Obafemi, like he has the aura, he has that like, you know, connection with the crowd. My problem is that I don't trust this current main roster with Obafemi. Like that's why he didn't get called up because like I really don't trust the main roster because
Well, plus he hasn't got called up for the fact that he's still NXT champion. He just
well yeah
got
no
the
yeah but like no
championship
like
back
after he
from
lost to Ricky Starks
Starks.
yeah
So
no yeah after he lost to Ricky
I
Starks but like
mean,
Yeah, I feel what he's saying.
I
I think
would
what he's
give
saying.
him
Oh, my
another
bad.
year.
I think what
I
he's
would
saying is
give
like,
him another year.
Another
so like
year, that's
saying.
way too long.
if you think about the people who have been caught up, you know, like what is it like? I'd say what 3 out of your 10 people who's been caught up are the only ones that actually make it. So I think what he's trying to say is like would Obafemi be that 3 out of 10 people that would actually make it, or would he be like the other 7 who would just get put
well,
down
yeah
on the
not
bomber
even just
roster?
that not even just that but like
That's it.
because like sorry I was gonna say not even just that it's just like with Obafemi you need to make him a star immediately. You can't just like quell on it. He already has that star power. How do we know he's not gonna get called up? He's gonna get called up and just gonna like make him feud with Jey Uso or like put him in the vision. Like you gotta make him a big deal. You gotta make him a big deal.
He's
you can't just
with
fuck around
after
with
what
him.
happened
That's why he
at
should've
Saturday
beat
night's
Cody
main
Rhodes last
event.
night. He shouldn't have lost.
After what
Exactly.
happened last night between Oba and Drew, I have no reason to believe that he's not. Does that make sense? Like,
Well, yeah.
he was able to hold his own really, really well against Cody, which going against your top guy and being able to carry a match like that, especially being from the quote unquote developmental brand,
Yeah.
that says a lot. Now,
On John Cena's final match too. That's a lot of pressure.
I am like
But see,
I agree with the skepticism about calling up because there has been a lot of people that have been called up to sit by the wayside and do absolutely nothing.
Roxanne Perez. Yeah.
Roxanne's
Somebody-
doing something.
Somebody in the comment was like, "Yeah, but does she know her wrestling history?" Yeah.
Dude, Hannah's a
She literally just
beast.
told us what she used to do as a kid. Like,
Hannah is a beast, man. But like, can I ask you a question, Rambo?
What's up?
Do you think that this right here? So, like, of course, I think he did great, right? I think Oba did great. Could you have imagined though, if instead of like Drew coming in, and I know they was probably squeezed on time, could you imagine an extra 3 minutes? Like Oba hitting the fall from grace, and then Cody hitting like his triple crossroads, and having Oba kick out of that. Could you imagine the dominance he would have proved on something just like
Oh,
that?
absolutely. And
You know what I
the
mean?
thing is he is one of the most believable people from NXT to actually be able to kick out of that and make it look legitimate.
Yeah. And we're not talking about like a regular kick out. We're talking about like lays on top of him and pushes him up and up in the air like that Hogan thing they used to do back in the day. That'd been crazy.
Absolutely. But no, like going back to the skepticism with people coming up from NXT, like I completely understand the skepticism because I mean,
It's just because of the history, like what happened before.
yeah, like look at Neville, look at people like Cameron Grimes. Whenever he got
Oh
called
my
up, how
God.
many matches did he have? 2.
Cameron was my favorite at the time. I don't care what anyone says. He was amazing. I
I like
loved
his
him.
character. Yeah, it was funny.
I love Cameron Grimes.
Again, we mentioned him again. Look at Apollo Crews.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Wow, to
had
him,
a
it's-
little bit
yeah.
of a run in 2020 going into 2021, but that's it.
Okay, I do have a question for Hannah.
What's up?
In your WWE storyline,
Mm-hmm.
is Roman the champion that long?
For 1,316 days?
Yes.
No.
Who does he drop the title to?
Sami Zayn,
Ooh, I like-
originally.
If he would have
I like
dropped it
that.
that night in Montreal, that would have probably been the loudest pop in WWE history.
And then
Ooh, an
and then
explosion,
Sammy,
yeah.
and then I would put Sammy, I would put Sammy would be my top babyface on SmackDown, and then I would have him drop it to LA Knight next to establish LA Knight. And then I would and then that night I would have LA Knight be a babyface, so babyface versus babyface, and then the moment LA Knight wins the title, he turns heel. And then I don't know who he'd face after that. I've been still thinking about that, but I feel like the perfect opportunity was for Roman to drop it to Sami Zayn, but they never pulled the trigger on it.
That makes
Are
more
we
sense.
talking? Are we
What do you
talking
do with
about
Cody
like
Rhodes
a?
going into WrestleMania?
Are we talking about like a like? Are we talking about a Hogan Austin heel face turn? Or are we talking about just a regular heel face turn?
I'm talking about Sami Zayn having like enough of Roman, and he just makes his life hell week in and week out.
Got you.
And and like Sami Zayn costs Roman Reigns like his matches like all the time. Like Roman Reigns loses like 4 PLEs straight because of Sami Zayn interfering. Like causes Roman Reigns to go completely like insane. And then that makes him like the top babyface. Sami Zayn would be the top babyface during that time because I feel like he had the potential to be, but they just never did it.
I will say though, like, what's next for Sammy? It's like, what do we do? What do you do with him? Because he's kind of the babyface stuff is dried out immediately. So it's like,
I
Sammy
don't
mentioned
know.
on social media that he has a gimmick change coming.
Honestly, I might be in the minority, but I really enjoyed the whole conspiracy theorist Sami Zayn.
no. I enjoyed it too. It was funny.
Like I thought that was like a kind of a breath, like a breath of fresh air for a minute.
That was some of Sami Zayn's best work next to his bloodline stuff.
Do you believe this? Okay, so like we all know, like when it comes to Eli Dragunov, right? So like I believe he is your modern day, the name we don't mention, the CB. I don't want to, so like
No, I
so
feel
like
ya.
like so like let me ask you this: do you think that Chad Gable does better in being this Americano thing, or do you believe that he should be kind of like what Eli Dragunov is to the other guy said? Do you think that Chad Gable should be our next angle and dominate like that, or do you think he does better with this Americana?
He
El
could
Grande
very
thing?
well be the next angle.
Next angle, sure.
Lean
Like,
straight all the
Chad
way
Gable
into
is
the
one of the
triangle thing.
best in-ring workers the WWE has right now.
Dude, did you see? And not just that, man. When he fought Val Kingo, did you see that double backflip, front flip thing he did off the top rope?
Oh
That
yeah,
was insane.
like Chad Gable's matches against Gunther for the IC title.
The classics.
Personally, they're on the same level of the Gunther, Sheamus, Drew, or the Gunther and Drew at Clash at the Castle. Like they're up there.
Yeah, even when it first debuted, I never liked the El Grande Americano gimmick. I just thought it was just like
I
doesn't need this for
understood it.
now.
I understood why.
I mean, yeah, but it wasn't needed for his career at the time. He already did like Shorty G. Like he doesn't need that like
That
he needs a
funny
bit more-
gimmick.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
up,
I
Nike?
agree.
Nike had a question. What's up?
Yeah, I got 2 questions actually. Okay, so my first question is, who are you putting in the Masked Man, and who are you looking to take a title off of Dragunov?
Dragunov would be JD McDonough,
What
and
about
then I
Mello?
would have the Masked Man be well, I'm not gonna go with like how everybody's thinking. But in a perfect world, if he was able to get in shape enough and be skinny enough, if he is returning, I would make the Masked Man Chris Jericho.
See, that's what I keep everybody hearing about that too, and that's the thing of it is that if they're gonna if they seriously want to prolong it that long until his AEW contract is over, then they could do that. But depending on how long they're gonna keep going with this Masked Man thing, because you got to think Chris Jericho, his contract doesn't end till February of 2026.
Yeah, so that's 2 months for now. Or if like a little bit more of like more of one that actually makes more sense because of what happened in NXT the other night. I think this would be cool that if it was like a foreshadowing moment, and because we were really close to getting it before Punk left AEW, maybe the Masked Man is actually Ricky Saints, and we
I can
start
see that.
something with Punk and Ricky Saints, because Punk and Ricky Starks in AEW, they were about to have something after the Samoa Joe match after like Raw out, but he got suspended and fired, and we didn't see the light of day of that. So I'm thinking maybe because Ricky dropped the title to Oba and he turned heel, maybe this is a way to bring Ricky Saints to the main roster to have a feud with Punk. I think that would be very refreshing and awesome.
That would make a lot of sense too. It would. That
Yeah.
would make a lot of sense.
And
Yeah,
plus,
how
they
many
like
people?
each
How many
other and they'll
people
have great
know?
chemistry.
How many people know that
Oh yeah,
AEW history
definitely.
besides us? Though we're hardcore fans. These casual fans don't know that.
So
So I
wait,
don't think they'd understand.
Yeah.
I was just out. Did y'all say? And I'm so sorry. I had to flip a breaker. Did y'all say something about Ricky Starks possibly being the Masked Man?
I did.
That's really
It would be a
freaking
good
good.
idea.
That's amazing. I love it.
I mean, if
That
I
would
was
work.
writing WWE, that would be what it is. But knowing WWE, it's just going to
It's
be
gonna be
Austin
Theory.
Theory.
Yeah.
Or
Um,
That's
Montez Ford or something.
what I'm banking on it to be is Austin Theory.
What
I want
about
to ask
Montez
Hannah.
Ford?
Yeah,
What would you do with Montez Ford? Because
I,
I want to see him like be a solo star. They're not
I,
doing nothing.
I was thinking Montez Ford for a long
But
time, but
but
that's ridiculous.
yeah, but if Montez Ford becomes a solo star, Dawkins will get released. He's gonna get released because
Okay,
like
well, I mean, I don't want him to get released, but I mean, you can do something with Dawkins too. Put him on
It would
Raw.
be. It would
Give him a
almost, if
push.
they were to do that,
that's a
like,
good
and
booking.
make
Yeah.
Dawkins a single star. I feel like that would have the same kind of ripple effect, like it did whenever they broke up Heavy Machinery.
Oh yeah,
That
Yeah,
went
Tucky. Yeah,
nowhere.
that's true.
Tucky and
They
Otis. Yeah.
had Tucker turn on Otis. Otis went off to do his own thing, and then Tucker chased the 24/7 title for a couple weeks and then was released.
Yeah, that's what I was worried
Okay,
about.
well, I
Yeah.
have something to say. That I have something to say that. Okay, well, I don't want to see. I don't want to see Dawkins get fired, right? But why do we have to hold Montez Ford back just because they can't figure out what to do with Dawkins? How is that fair?
Oh, it's not.
No,
Because they
like,
don't have any long-term storylines outside of like the 5 people that are on the main event scene. Besides Cody, Punk, Roman, it was Seth, but he's injured. But besides Cody, Punk, Roman, Brock, WWE doesn't really think outside of that.
yeah.
And that's
So
why I love.
Everybody
That's
else is
why I
on the
love
back
being
burner.
a kid. That's why I love being a kid that grew up in the Attitude Era. Because even in the Attitude Era, the mid card feuds were lit.
yes, I
Yes.
agree.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine this, Hannah? Like, what about this? Okay, so let's say that we break him up, right? And let's say that he's not even the Masked Man. What about this? Let's say Dawkins. He stays in WWE, right? He stays into like SmackDown. He does a little bit with the U.S. title scene. Have Javon win the NXT title. Put and then put Montez. Let him feud with Javon a little bit. Win that title, and then go to the main card and do something good about that. What do you think about that? Can I
I mean, that
elevate
sounds
Montez again?
that sounds pretty cool, but you also have to like I think Montez would he needs to establish himself as a single star again, and the best way to do that is underneath Sean's umbrella, not Hunter's.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Exactly.
Oh
like
Like
yeah.
go
sitting
go
that.
back to NXT and then
Yeah,
bring
that's what
him
I'm
back.
saying.
Yeah, but then once he gets to the main roster, what is Triple H going to do with him? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
You turn
that's what
him
I'm saying.
heel
Like,
with
So
Bianca
it's
Belair.
almost like to save a lot of people's careers, they need to stay in NXT.
I
And that
agree
was
with you.
and that's probably why Adam Cole did not want to be called up, because I think he knew what he was getting himself into with Vince, and he knew he trusted Hunter at the time. And that's probably why he left for AEW, is because he already did everything he needed to achieve in NXT, and he wanted to try something different. And so with me, it's like you have to be very, very careful. And until you get somebody in that chair that's willing to take a chance on everybody and leave their favorites at the threshold and just think business logic, you're not going to get anywhere. Until the favoritism stops, you're not going to get anywhere with anyone.
Hannah, I want to ask you, say for like probably like the next year, how would you book Carmelo Hayes? Like, what would you give him?
Y'all keep going. I'll be right back.
Carmelo Hayes, I would probably, gosh, for me personally, I think putting him, first of all, we need to bring the draft back, and I would like to see him on Raw and get him out of SmackDown, get him out of that limbo known as SmackDown.
And have
And
the
I think
draft mean something, but I digress.
Yes, and I think I would have Carmelo Hayes is first. I want Carmelo Hayes probably bouncing off of maybe Braun Breaker.
Yeah, what do you mean bouncing off Braun Breaker?
Bouncing off Braun Breaker, which means,
Like feuding?
feuding, dance partner, whatever you want to call it in wrestling.
Wait, Braun
So
Breaker?
pretty much what they had in NXT.
I was thinking feud him with Finn Balor first.
That sounds much better than what they're doing now. Like that makes more sense.
Well, because I want two people that are going to be like my main event, right, at some point, right? So you have to like put newer talent with newer talent. If you're going to put Carmelo Hayes with, like, for example, Punk, that would be fine, but it's still, it's still holding on to the old guard known as CM
Better than
Punk.
the Miz.
And better than the Miz, but it's like you got to get the two people in the main event, in that main event scene, right? You got to trust them. So having maybe Carmelo and Braun, and see what they can do on Monday Night Raw, and see if they can get a connection with the audience, because the only way the WWE is really going to survive once Punk, Cody, Usos, Roman, Seth all leave, and the only way like we could have box office appeal with WrestleMania is they have to establish that emotional connection with the audience, and the only way they can do that is have more main event exposure.
I feel you. And I was going to ask this too before I go. So this is, it's not really long, but it's kind of long. So we have Gunther. He just established dominance, right? Now we've got Saudi Arabia. We have Royal Rumble heading there. Everyone's saying, someone like Sami Zayn should win. But then we got someone like Randy Orton who should be feuding hopefully with Cody Rhodes. And then you've got Punk, right? Everyone's saying Breaker. But then you have Seth Rollins possibly returning before then. What could possibly be your vision for the Royal Rumble winner? And then, you have your 2 title main events for that when you have so many people and they all can't fit within that scene.
I think for the Royal Rumble, I wouldn't have Braun Breaker win just yet because I feel a little bit rushed. I think for me personally, I know a lot of people throw Sami Zayn out there because he's Quebecian and he's Arabic too, and I think a lot of people think that would make sense. I think a lot of people may talk LA Knight, but I don't see that happening. For a Royal Rumble winner, especially like somebody that's just organically getting over and, having to be somebody like young, I see, if it was me, I would listen to my audience and who is the youngest talent right now that is getting organically over with the audience. That would be my first logic as a booker. And in my opinion, in my opinion, the best option right now to strike while the iron's hot, which is something that Rambo likes to say all the time, I would have the 2026 Royal Rumble winner be Dominic Mysterio.
I like that.
And I would have Dominic be in a feud with Punk and have it be Dominic and Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania.
Have Dom win the Rumble in the most chicken shit way possible by
exactly
and then the form of how Santino almost won in 2011, where he gets knocked out, goes to outside the ring, and then comes in at the last minute to steal it. That would be picture fucking perfect for Dom.
Because he was never eliminated.
Yes.
over the top rope.
You
Watch
cannot
AJ Uso,
tell
I
me
can
that
see
would
that.
not be picture perfect for Dom.
And what I would have done is I would have, for the women's side, Liv Morgan win the Royal Rumble, and then I would have at
Which she needs
I would
to.
have
I feel like she needs to at this point.
I feel because the elimination
chamber.
chamber,
Yeah.
the elimination chambers in Chicago, right? What I would actually do is go back to do what they used to do. I would have the women's world title be contended in the elimination chamber, and I would have AJ Lee win because it's Chicago. And then I would have AJ Lee defend the title against Liv Morgan at WrestleMania. So we're getting the two couples facing the other person. So you get Liv and AJ, and then you get Dominic and Punk. I don't know who wins those yet. I haven't gotten that far. And then at WrestleMania, I think I would do, like, for example, with Cody, I would definitely try to get Cody versus Randy because we need that. And then I would have, if he is back in time, that way we can finally get a one-on-one match. We need Cody and Randy at some point, and we need a one-on-one match between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
From what I heard, there's a rumor that they're gonna run Cody and Roman for 42 again.
Yeah, I don't care about
fucking
that.
hope not.
That's stupid as hell. They shouldn't do that.
God,
And then I think it should be.
You know
Cody
what?
Roman.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this. I would since they're both, all of them are on the card. I'm gonna say this way, and the reason why I'm away is because I'm making my wife's lunch. So if you hear any background noises, that's what I'm doing. But no. So they're all on the card, and if it's Roman and Cody again for a third time to complete that trilogy, I would much rather be happy with that than to run back a fourth Roman versus Brock. And you can't tell me that that's not something they wouldn't
It's
do.
going to be Roman and Punk.
I want it to be Roman and Punk, like for all intents and purposes of like what could happen. I would much rather, if I had to choose, I would much rather see Roman and Punk versus Roman and Cody because we've seen that twice. And I know WWE loves the rubber matches and they like the trilogies and all that shit, but we don't need to see it 3 times.
The thing
so-
is,
Yeah, because you got to think during that Monday Night Raw thing when Cody and Roman and Punk were in that ring and everything, before Roman walked out of there, he intently looked at Punk and said that title would look better around my shoulder. He didn't look at Cody; he looked at Punk.
But see, here's my opinion on that.
But they're zebras.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fuck yeah,
If anybody gets that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I do.
Here's my
I'm a
opinion
child.
on Roman and the world title. Just what, 2.5 years ago, he literally called it the losers bracket title.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was a dig at Seth.
But also
Yeah.
before the Seth injury, I feel like they were headed towards Seth Roman at WrestleMania.
Well, see, last year, like, I dig the triple threat, and I wouldn't change it at all. I think it was a tremendous triple threat. But the fact that it didn't have anything at stake kind of a little bit bothered me. What the triple threat I really wanted to see is that it would have made sense for nothing to be at stake if it was Roman and just Seth by themselves. That way they can get that Shield soap opera angst out of them at some point. But
Yeah.
the triple threat I really wanted to see was I wanted it to be Cody, John, and Punk. That would have been a way better, because what I think happened this year is Punk should have won the Royal Rumble and John still should have won the Chamber. But I would have had it be that, I don't know what else they would have tried to figure out with the world title, but I would have just had it be that WWE just decided to put Punk, John, and Cody in the same ring. Because that would have been a way for us to get John and Punk at a WrestleMania like we should have gotten at 29, so it could have written that wrong. And you're getting Punk and Cody in the same ring, and you're getting John and Punk in the same ring again in front of a US crowd this time. and then you're getting what people really wanted to see, like a match they thought they really wanted to see, John and Cody. That would have been a better triple threat, I think. But it already happened, so it's all what ifs now. But I thought that would have been a way more intriguing triple threat.
So Hannah, so like, let me ask you this. So
Yeah.
we've seen the poster for or we've seen the video package for WrestleMania, right? We see that one of the main guys sitting there is Brock Lesnar. Who's Brock Lesnar facing at WrestleMania? Your opinion?
Gunther.
Well, if it was up to me, no one.
I love it, Rambo. Rambo, I
Same,
freaking
yeah.
love it, Rambo. That's what I want.
Sorry,
Who?
I'm a
Gunther.
Yeah, Gun.
Should be
Gunther
in
love
it.
it.
or Obafemi.
Could you imagine if Gunther? Could you imagine Gunther doing what I was talking about to Brock Lesnar to add to that legacy?
Absolutely.
Dude, that would be crazy. Like, not be able to get up, like have him just completely destroy him, stretcher him out. Instead of it being someone like Javon or Dom or someone like, let that be Gunther. That, oh my God. I mean, he would just keep on racking up this badass persona of Gunther.
Make
It would be
it,
crazy.
Do you know who I would?
I don't
Make it a career
necessarily
match.
want to see Gunther
I would-
retire Brock, but I want to see Gunther beat Brock in his last Mania.
Do you know who I actually would have?
I agree.
I would want to see with Brock at WrestleMania instead. If we're gonna do something, have it be with if it's gonna be Gunther, have that be at SummerSlam. But I would want to do like a little bit of a redo, but I would want them to run back Brock and Drew McIntyre
Okay.
and have that actually be in front of fans this
They
time
do.
instead of the.
They do low key deserve a redo on that one.
I'm a big Drew
or
fan.
maybe something different because we never seen this one either. We've never seen them go one-on-one. Maybe between these two people, what about Brock Lesnar and Aleister Black, or Brock Lesnar and Damian Priest?
Yeah, I mean that's not bad. I mean, personally myself, I'm not a big Priest fan. It doesn't mean that it doesn't need to happen. But I mean, I do like the fact if they could build up Alistair a little better, that would be cool too. But right now, Alistair's kind of like, nah, you know what I mean? Like they don't give him the respect he needs on his name, so it kind of sucks.
In the
I would
sense
prefer-
of
I would
like
prefer
just to
Damian
see,
Priest in that situation.
in a sense of just getting to see like Brock beat the holy shit out of somebody. Give me Logan fucking Paul.
Oh, thank
Oh my
God.
God.
Yes, please.
I wouldn't mind that.
Just for the simple fact of watching Logan get his ass whooped.
That'd be crazy.
And I'm going to say this, and come at me if you will. I don't like him as a person. I really don't.
Oh,
I
he's a
think-
despicable human being.
I think he's a shitty person. But coming from somebody who's had experience in the ring and everything, there's nobody that has taken to the business a lot quicker than Logan.
Kurt. Kurt took it faster.
Okay, that's fair. But you see my point.
Logan's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at Logan's buckshot lyric compared to, Adam Hangman Page, I mean, they're pretty spot on, both freaking amazing. You know what I mean? I mean, he's good.
And speaking of like this retirement tour, because I just mentioned Kurt, I just had this epiphany. A lot of people online are complaining, well, Vince McMahon would never have done this. And I'm like, I clapped back at somebody. I said, really? The same Vince McMahon that denied Kurt Angle having John Cena as his
You give him
final
Baron
opponent and
Corbin.
decided to lose him to Baron Corbin? That Vince McMahon? Oh, yeah, he totally would have booked this retirement tour way better.
If Baron
Sarcasm.
Corbin would have
That was
been,
He
terrible.
wouldn't have.
if Baron Corbin would have had a better opportunity, and was actually given something to work with, because once he was able to really hone his craft and really improve himself a little bit, like when he went back down to NXT,
His NXT run was amazing.
if he was able to do something like that against Kurt, then it wouldn't have been as hated, I don't think. But they gave us the fucking host at Chili's, Baron Corbin,
The constable. Yeah.
fucking
I know,
constipation
man.
Corbin over there.
It was horrible, dude.
Was that the name? Constable Corbin, right? No.
It was
Constable
like Happy
Corbin,
Corbin. It was Constable Corbin, Happy Corbin,
bum
and
ass
something
Corbin,
else.
Bum ass Baron Corbin.
bum
Happy
ass
Meals
Corbin.
You want fries with that? I mean, it was horrible, dude.
Ooh, here's a fun question for all of you.
No.
What is your guys' Mount Rushmore of WWE theme songs?
Oh my god. Okay, wait. Let me go first. Okay,
We'll do order.
my,
You'll do an order.
mine's gonna
Yeah, do
be.
them in order of like the panel. I'll answer this too, but we'll start with Steven.
I'll have to go. Broken Dreams. I'll have to go. Just Close Your Eyes, Christian.
Okay.
Which
We're
version?
gonna go. That if you just close your eyes, whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I get.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Is it the male version or female version?
Oh,
Sorry, I should
I
have
like
elaborated
both
on
of
that a little
them.
better.
I'll go female. I like the female a lot.
Okay.
Then we'll go with Edges. The was it Metangelus? I forgot.
Metalingus.
Yeah, Metalingus.
Metalingus.
And then low key. I don't know if y'all remember this. If y'all don't, go back look it up. Billy Kidman, when he came to WWE, had the most. It was so badass. If y'all haven't heard that rap theme by Billy Kidman, go
I
back
heard
and
it,
listen
yeah.
to it. It was fucking awesome. That right
The
there.
lyrics
those
were weird
four.
though. The lyrics were kind of weird to that song.
I don't know. It was just badass. I loved it. But anyways,
I get you.
those four.
All right, Alex.
Well, the thing is for me, like I'm only 22, so a lot of the theme songs, it's more like
It's
what
okay.
I
It's your
grew up
personal
on.
preference. It's,
No,
it's
yeah,
your-
I know. I'm just saying like it's gonna
Yeah.
be like what I grew up on because I'm still kind of a young in this like wrestling thing.
You're
for
a
me,
year younger than me. You're good.
Yeah, you're good. Just go with on the ones that you. It's your list.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
so
I might be the oldest one on the panel, so
you're good, man. You're good. So for me, I would do
No, that one sucks. I'm just kidding.
yeah, I would do Christian's theme song, the waterproof blonde version. It's just that should have made a main eventer, to be honest with you. But yeah, I would do that. Then I'd also do Shinsuke Nakamura's theme, the one he debuted
Ooh.
with. Yes, I mean, the yeah, that song's amazing. I would put like I want to do Triple H, but he has so many good theme songs. I don't know which one. I probably put probably like no, not my time. No, yeah, just yeah, like Time to Play the Game. I'll put that as one. And then lastly, I'll do I
the
Walk Alone.
Motorhead version.
What did you say? What was your last one, Alex?
No, I didn't get to my last one yet. My last one would be
Oh.
I Walk Alone, Batista's name.
Ooh, good choice. For me, mine is This Fire Burns, CM Punk. Viva La Raza, Eddie Guerrero. No More Words, Jeff Hardy. And my number 4 would be Burning My Light, Randy Orton.
This Fire Burns would be my fifth one if we did the top 5, but yeah.
What about you, Mr. Grimm?
Okay, here we go. The Road Warriors, or the Legion of Doom.
Okay.
That's my number 1. The Undertaker is number 2.
Do you have a specific one or just like his theme song in general?
The corporate Undertaker one.
Oh, like the
one that had
okay.
the guitar theme to it.
Okay.
Triple H's, the Motorhead, Time to Play the Game. And number 4 would be CM Punk's This Fire Burns.
All right, main event.
All right. I gotta go Metalingus, Burning My Light, I Walk Alone, and so many bangers, and Sexy Boy.
Ooh, if I had to put a 5, my 5th one doesn't even really match like the context of the other ones because they happen around the same time. But my 5th spot, if I could make a 5th, it'd be Demolition's theme song.
Yes. Or what about this? My 5th one, if I could pick a 5th, what would be either be these two, would be 97 DDP, or it would be Gen Proxy Y TNA Obsolete by Jeff Hardy.
Ooh.
Well, that was a good theme song, yeah.
When it came to Jeff Hardy and TNA, my favorite Jeff Hardy theme song is the one he sang called Another Me.
I remember that song, yeah.
That was great.
Was that
Alright.
like 2010 or was that?
It was when he turned heel and joined Immortal.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
All right, here's a good pull for y'all, and a lot of the OGs and people that remember Attitude Era.
Well, that's not
The,
gonna be me.
the Gangrel Brood theme.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that was so
that
good,
would have been
man.
my number 5.
I
That's
remember
so
hearing
good.
it and like,
Number five.
whoa, it was
Him
good.
coming up on the stage with the fire. Oh my!
Dude, that was so good, man. That was beyond its time right there. That was so good.
I remember I was watching Royal Rumble '99, I think, and like when Gangrel came out, there was like this group of guys in the front. They were like jamming to it. This theme
Yeah.
song.
Dude,
I
man,
think
this
I
Go
think my
ahead.
favorite TNA theme song, even though the wrestler I've never been the biggest fan of, but I respect him. But my favorite TNA theme songs is Jeff Jarrett's "My World."
dude, that was a good one.
I did like
The siren
that
at
one.
the beginning.
The
yeah.
siren at the beginning was awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? Splash Lover in the comments made a good comment. I can't think of a bad Christian theme song.
He never
That's
had a bad
true.
one.
It was
Atlas
always
was a good one.
they were always bangers. Even like TNA was like 9, 8, 7, 6, they were all good.
All right, so as far as TNA, I don't know if it's the song itself or the crowd singing along with it, but Joe.
Oh yeah.
Joe.
Oh yeah, Joe's theme.
No.
Yeah.
Kurt
Can I
Angle
ask
had a good one too. Kurt Angle's was really good.
Hannah, before we get off,
Oh,
can I
yeah.
can I ask this question? This is for
Y'all
everybody
can
in the
ask me
crowd.
whatever you want. By
So,
the way,
like,
Jesse.
before
Go ahead.
everyone gets off, so out of every promotion, and like I said, this is for everybody. If this is okay, out of every promotion there was, we're talking from the '60s all the way up to 2025. If you was gonna give a Mount Rushmore on, we're talking charisma, we're talking promo skill, we're talking in ring, pretty much who had it all in every promotion. Who would be your Mount Rushmore?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a
for-
deep question.
Well, for me, I've thought about this, so it's easier for me because I live in a bubble. I'm an only child, so I've always lived in a bubble. But so I've had a lot of time with my thoughts, so to speak. For me, the creme of the creme, the top of the top, and people can hate me all they want, but I don't think there's ever been a better performer on all levels. My top of the mountain for me will always be Shawn Michaels. So it would be him. He's in there. I'm gonna put an old school guy. I have to put Rowdy Piper in this.
It's really good. Yeah.
I would be committing wrestling blasphemy if I did not put Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then lastly, I truly believe this, and it's not me being biased in any way, shape, or form, but I just think that he created controversy. He can talk, he can wrestle, but he can also give back, and in the way he mentors the younger talent now is what you should do. People can hate me all they want, but I am going to throw in CM Punk.
That's not bad. That's
Not
not
controversial.
A bad
No, he's actually
That's not bad.
He's very important to the industry.
So it'd be Michaels, Punk, Piper, and Austin for me.
I have a question
really,
for everyone.
Really
though.
good. Really good. Can I give mine real fast?
Go ahead.
It's okay. So I would have to say, after just watching him, for the past couple of years, I'd have to go with Kurt Angle. He'd be one of them. Number 2, it would have to be, and you're gonna think this is crazy because he's a newer one, but Will Ospreay. I've never really seen a bad Will Ospreay match. Number 3, I'd have to go Undertaker. Now, I mean, his promos wasn't as good, but I mean, every time he ever fought, he never had to have a title for it to be a pay-per-view or a main event. And then your 4th guy would be somebody who pretty much had it all as well, and longevity. And you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I'd have to throw in someone like Sting, just for the fact of longevity, championship matches, Hall of Fame, and like he never had to cuss in a promo to get over. So I have to say those 4 guys.
That's a
fair.
great solid list, and it's kind of like with me when like a lot of people were, you know how you guys were talking about John Cena before I came on, and they were talking about like his greatest rivals and everything. Bleacher Report made a list and they put Punk as his number one rival, and a lot of people were like really mad about that and say, oh, it's Edge, it's Randy, it's AJ. For me, when I look at rivalries, I look at overall big picture, and what I think makes a perfect rivalry in wrestling is the perfect yin and yang, the perfect opposites attract. And I look at promos, I look at character work, I look at in-ring work, I look at the story they're telling, the audiences,
The aura,
the
exactly.
aura,
Yes, yes.
in my opinion, when it came to John Cena rivalries, nobody was his perfect soulmate than CM Punk. I do agree with
Andy
that
Dong versus
list. And for me,
I do too.
I feel like Edge is next. But for Randy, I do put him at third, and here's the reason why. Aura is there. Theme songs there. Promos back and forth were there. The history, the OVW history to now. But the one thing, with the exception of maybe one or two, I feel like once the bell rang, that's where the rivalry lacked, because I feel like they only had one or two fantastic bell-to-bell matches. When you think of Randy Orton and John Cena, you really don't think about their matches, do you? You think about their promos. You think about the story they've
Yeah.
told together. You feel you look at them being brought up in this business together. Now, when John Cena finally goes in the Hall of Fame, I definitely feel like Randy Orton should be the one putting him in the Hall of Fame. That's how I feel because of their story, and they started in the same OVW class. I feel like it's only poetic for that to happen. But I feel like for John Cena, the person that brought the best out of John is CM Punk, and that makes a lot of people angry. But
It
you have,
shouldn't though.
but you have to look at it. It made both of them stars. You
Well,
know,
yeah, I agree because it's like Indie Dong versus corporate creation. Yeah, it's Punk was like the rebel, and then Cena was the guy that Vince
Was the
McMahon wanted. Yeah,
Nikki Bella was seen as big rival.
that's really
Straight the
funny.
fuck up.
Okay.
Mount Rushmore.
So I have a question. Oh, go ahead.
My bad. I'm just throwing mines out there. Undertaker is my goat.
Same.
HBK.
Yeah, that's Rambo's favorite wrestler. I got Rambo so mad that when we did our mock draft, it's funny. Rambo didn't even like draft his favorite wrestler. I drafted him.
Yeah, because I was trying to draft out of spite of Braden, low-key.
Yeah, but you didn't even. It's like funny. Like you always say, Undertaker's your favorite, yet you didn't even draft him.
And then I have HBK second. But here's my thing. Undertaker on any given day, ask me. Some days I'll have HBK at 1, sometimes I'll have Undertaker at 2. Then I have Stone Cold. Stone Cold is the undisputed face of the Attitude Era.
Absolutely.
And then I have, do not destroy me, y'all. At 4,
You son of a bitch. I'm just kidding.
At 4, I have John Cena.
Break him in half. Are you sucking my motherfucker? I'm just...
At 4, I have John Cena, interchangeable with Roman Reigns.
See, for
I
me,
can see it, though.
I never hate on people's lists, and here's the reason why. Everybody has a human right to have their own opinion. And I don't like these wrestling fans that say because you don't incorporate someone, your list is invalid.
Y'all don't
Because
listen to me.
opinions aren't facts. Opinions are opinions. Now you can back up opinions with facts, but an opinion is not a fact. It's not an overall guarantee. So it's like everybody has their own preference. Everybody has who they connect to, because everybody's different. Everybody connects to wrestling in a different way. So like when people make their own list, I never crap on anybody's list because that's how you feel. That's how you connected to wrestling.
yeah. I don't think I did my Mount Rushmore yet for the wrestlers.
I haven't done that or the theme songs yet.
Oh, I can get my Rushmore out the way.
No. Go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
Okay, no, yeah, you're good. So
He
for
looks like
me-
he's taking out trash.
Yeah,
No, he's making his wife lunch.
I'm
Oh.
making my wife lunch, taking out the trash. I'm being a husband.
He's being an incredible husband.
He's multitasking.
Somebody save me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for me,
Who said that? I'm sorry.
no, you're good. For me, it's kind of already what you guys said. I would put Taker and Shawn Michaels there and Kurt Angle, but the fourth one, it's not gonna be controversial, but no one really talks about it. I would have to go with Chris Jericho.
Ooh,
Now,
yeah.
That's
what
not
I-
a bad take.
Yeah, from what I've watched, and
That
from
is
what
not
I've
at
seen-
all.
From what I've seen, the fact that he's able to do have good matches in multiple promotions, in throughout time. I'm talking in the '90s, he was in ECW and WCW, and he had good matches there. Then he went to WWE, and he also had good matches. Then even when he got older, when he went to New Japan, he was still able to obviously he wasn't he was before, but he was still kind of able to put up good matches there. So it's the longevity
The
of him.
pain maker.
Well, here's the thing with Jericho. Technically now, he's actually been a wrestler longer than Undertaker was his entire career. He already surpassed Undertaker because he's
Yeah,
now
that's
35. He's now 35 years of being a professional wrestler, and Undertaker was only active from 88 to 2020. That's only 32 years.
Crazy.
So he
Yeah.
has surpassed that. That even goes back to WCW. That in a way that even goes back to Memphis when Undertaker was Texas Red and the Punisher and the Master of Pain, and then he went to the Skyscrapers because Sid Vicious left and Dan Spivey needed a tag team partner, and Paul Heyman suggested him, and then Teddy Long was his first. Ironically, Teddy Long was his first manager. Holla holla, and and then he became me and Mark Callis, and then went to become Undertaker. No, now that's the reason why Teddy Long says you go one-on-one with the Undertaker.
It's his
But
boy.
he went through all these different iterations, and then ironically in Memphis when Paul Bear was Percy Pringle, he actually managed Texas Red Mark Calloway for one match before he even became Paul Bear.
Wow.
Not a lot of people
Yeah.
know that. If you go back and watch it, there's a match called Texas Red versus Bruiser Brody from the Memphis territory, and
That
Percy
is
Pringle with
crazy. Bruiser
blonde
Brody?
hair. It was Bruiser. It was
Yeah.
Bruiser Brody versus Texas Red. Mark Calloway has a black mask on, and Paul Bear has almost like a Michael Hayes type suit on with blonde hair, and he's Percy Pringle managing the Undertaker, massaging his shoulders.
Yep.
It's
I
the most
watched that
bizarre
one.
scene I've ever seen in my
It
life.
is.
That sounds very I can't even picture it in my head. But yeah,
Kind of sit
considering
here and piece that together.
Hannah, has there been, Nike asked me a question. He's like, Hannah, has there ever been a wrestling retirement that made you cry? Shawn Michaels. That one made me not be able to watch wrestling for 3 months because I had to decompress.
this one made me cry. Seeing
That
yeah.
broke my heart.
I got emotional for this one,
Yeah, it did to me
but
too.
one that killed me was Edge.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really a match though. It was just kind of the segment. But I get what you mean.
No, for sure.
But yeah, him retiring like that, I did too. I cried like a little fucking baby when
I did as well. Yeah.
I heard Edge was retiring.
It was
and I was
shocking.
just like, no.
Now, going back to theme songs. If I were to pick a Mount Rushmore of theme songs, this is going to be in no specific order.
Right back. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Mother,
I'm just joking.
damn it.
Humble Logan Paul.
Um,
If Braden was here, he'd be singing that song.
if Braden was here, he'd be kicked. I'm just kidding. No,
I'm thinking one of yours is Dolph Ziggler.
not necessarily, but I do like it. We've got Metalingus, obviously.
Good choice.
Slow Chemical for Kane.
Oh, that theme is amazing.
Oh yes.
Line in the Sand for Evolution.
I forgot to put that.
Evolution is a mystery.
And
That
Let's-
sounds just like Lemmy.
I thought Lemmy Kilmister was here for a minute.
Yeah.
And let's go with This Fire.
I was about to say you love yourself some Killswitch Engage, so
I fucking love Killswitch Engage.
But his favorite band is Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, they're a good band.
But like for me, it's like when it comes to Triple H's theme songs, I'm one of the weirdest people in the world. One, I think out of the Motorhead songs, I think King of Kings is the better one.
Absolutely.
And I've never been a big fan of the game. I actually think when he went from My Time to the game, he downgraded. Because I feel like My Time was a better theme song.
I mean, My Time was good. Nice was really good, so I can see what you mean.
It's just like I don't know why I never really liked the game. I feel like it, even though it's more heavy, it was kind of slower than My Time, and it didn't have that like edgy spunkiness to it that I like.
It had more of that like heavy metal grit to it.
For me, like the reason why I love the All About the Game so much is because the intro, it's like time to play the game, and then he says it again. It's like more visceral. It's like, oh shit, shit's about to go down, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like My Time. I feel like My Time, in my opinion, and this may sound a little bit, I don't know if this would be vulgar or anything, but I feel like My Time had a bit of a sexiness to it that the game didn't. It was almost like it was more seductive, I guess, the song.
That definitely fit the whole like Splash
ad
Loud
lib,
said
yeah.
here in the comment, that really kind of fits the whole like McMahon Helmsley era.
And Stephanie McMahon taught me how to strut because I mimicked her. I would pretend to be her in like my living room, and she taught me how to power walk. So,
but if we were to go back and do the Mount Rushmore of wrestlers across all wrestling, I'd be remiss if I didn't say, fuck, goddammit, you picked it. Kurt Angle, for sure. Then Shawn Michaels. I would go with AJ Styles.
Oh my gosh, I should put AJ
Oh
Styles.
yes.
Shout out
Now,
to
which
AJ.
version, WWE or TNA?
it would have to be TNA,
Yeah,
right?
match quality TNA.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
Odyssey Jones.
Fuck. Fourth would
That's
be
a crazy pull.
It
I was
really
gonna
would.
say Bo Dallas.
Fourth would probably be Bret Hart.
If we did next time, we have to do like a
That'll
top
work.
10 so we can add more wrestlers because I missed so many wrestlers.
And people say I don't know anything. I pulled out Odyssey Jones.
Odyssey Jones probably couldn't even pull out
Oh,
Odyssey
Jones.
Jones.
I think it said Ozzy Jones.
No, Odyssey Jones, the one that was supposed to be like the new Big E.
The Big
and,
E replacement. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What was the point of him?
I don't know.
Was he like transphobic or something?
The
Like,
Big
or-
E replacement, and then he had some allegations of
Stuff.
Yeah, I'm
Beating
not gonna
women.
get into it.
Gross.
But it's-
Yeah,
I'll out him. Beating women. Piece of shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
What a prick.
I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck to out him. Like, who am I? I was like, who's this
Well,
guy?
I swear he
outing
was
me?
also, I swear he was also like transphobic, homophobic as well.
He might have been.
Yeah, no, but he did like a little like Instagram story on it. I can't remember which one, or I can't remember what it was though.
But let's see. Why was I flagged for harassment and bullying?
I
Dude,
don't know.
TikTok is so like weird nowadays.
Live visibility
think you
restricted
just-
for 10 minutes. Who was I
Because of what you-
bullying?
Because of
I
what
think
you
of what
just
you just said.
Because Odyssey Jones is known for beating women?
You shouldn't say that. That's why
You
I just say
can't. You
stuff.
can't say it like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
well, my bad,
It's
TikTok.
kind of PG in it.
Damn.
Now, I have this one question before I leave, and I know Hannah and I know Rambo, you might have a good take on this, because it's been bothering me ever since they got put into WWE separate. Do you guys think that Penta and Ray Phoenix should get back together
Yes.
as a tag
Absolutely.
team?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Add
They're
some
going
juice to the
some
Raw
word
tag team
over at
division.
AAA.
Yeah, but then Penta ended up getting hurt, so they canceled it.
They need to add a little bit of life to the Raw tag team division. Like, I will say, it has been getting better slowly over the last little while. But giving them some, like, not necessarily new faces to the division, but giving them, like, a breath of fresh air would do it wonders. Like, if they were
They
to
need
bring
the
back
Lucha
a
Brothers
draft,
back.
bring some of the the tag talent from SmackDown over to kind of help elevate it.
Hey,
Like-
y'all want to hear a hot take about the Raw tag titles?
What's up?
I think Javon Evans and Leon Slater should have won.
I
It
agree.
wasn't for the titles though.
I think they made it a title match.
No,
They made it.
wasn't.
It was like it was a non-title, and then they made it a title, and then they went back to non-title. They kind of flip-flopped it, but it was never for the a Saturday Night's Main Event. It was never for the title.
Well, that sucks.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, everybody, I'm going to call it a night
Yes, sir.
because it is getting late. It's 2:38 where I'm at right now.
Yeah. By the way, who was
That's
that
like
one
almost
person?
4:00 for me.
Who was that one person that asked me, "Oh, who is the world champion for the past 40 years?" What was he trying to prove with me?
Was it the Trizzy guy?
Yeah,
I think,
he was trying to prove that he's a man and he knows more.
dude, that guy, like, I got like
He was
some like
asking a
much.
bunch of weird stuff.
Yeah, I got misogynistic vibes from him because he called you a female. Like, he
Oh,
just called you, like,
absolutely.
that
I kicked him. Said, nah, dude, get the fuck out
good
of
shit
here.
because he was saying some weird stuff. Even with like the whole, and the way he was just talking down on Hannah the whole like chat. He was like, "Wow, does this girl know her history? Like, dude, she just told us."
And he was mad that I
All this
wouldn't bring
shit.
him up, but after I brought Steven up, I made it known, like, okay, this is the last I'm bringing up to kind of bring it down a little bit. Like, bring it down as in getting ready to end it soon.
It's funny. I've been dealing with that since I was 5 years old.
He's a Goldberg fan.
It's like, why is it so hard for like people to accept that women can be wrestling fans and know what they're talking about?
Not just
And
like in
Hannah's
wrestling,
had to,
just in general.
Hannah's got
like,
to see it quite a few times of how quick I am to, like, nip that shit, because I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, Rambo
Listen,
defends me a lot, which I really appreciate.
I had a friend in elementary that was a wrestling fan. We talked about wrestling for
We
like,
had one
1
person
minute.
whenever I first started going live, like before we came up with the podcast idea. This dude was straight up saying that females do not know anything wrestling, and they belong in kitchens and stupid shit like that.
Just childish, just toddlers.
And
I'm not okay with that.
what's
Um,
crazy is wrestling fans. All right, so I watch a lot of anime.
Same.
Men wrestling fans and men anime fans are the same.
Yeah. To
You
kind
cannot
of.
just say I like wrestling, or who's your top 35 of all time, and who held the belt this long. What the fuck does it matter?
Yeah, I was gonna kind of add to yours as well. Sorry, were you gonna continue or?
No. I was just throwing that out
No,
there.
yeah, I was gonna kind of add it as well. Like, not even just like women in wrestling communities, like just women in like gaming communities, women in sports communities, women in like anime communities. There's always this like weird misogynistic factor. Either the guys are always just being pricks to them, or like they're shocked that a woman knows about this. It's like, dude, do you guys go outside? Like, why is this? Like,
What's
they make it seem like
bad-
it's like a spectacle or something. Like, it's
Like,
just common knowledge.
What's bad
Remember
is
that
this,
one person, Rambo? Remember that one person, Rambo, where you put up one of my lists and I did my top 10 favorite matches, and I did Brett versus Owen from WrestleMania 10 or
Oh, yeah.
SummerSlam
I remember
94.
that.
I like that.
And I said I was born in 97, and this person said because I wasn't born in 94, I don't have the right to appreciate it because I wasn't born. So I'm not allowed to buy the VHS tape of WrestleMania 10 and
watch
SummerSlam
online.
94, and I'm not allowed to watch Brett versus Owen because I wasn't born.
No, that's also the same kind of person that justified everything that came out of Hulk Hogan's mouth.
Oh, I think I remember that live, or is that different? Nah, because there's been a lot of Hulk Hogan fans in your lives, Rambo. I'm not gonna lie.
Not anymore. No, because I respect people's takes, but I'm gonna ask about it.
So
Yeah.
it's like saying that like Def Leppard can't be my favorite band because they peaked in the 80s for a lot of people, and Pyromania is not allowed to be my favorite album because I was born 14 years later. Like, what? That makes no sense whatsoever. So I can't appreciate stuff that was before my time. Like, what is wrong with people?
It's too much toxicity. Like even with the Hogan stuff, like, cause like yeah, like I get that he was like a icon to everyone as a child, but you gotta keep in mind, I'm I wasn't born when he was popular. Also, I am black, so a lot of the shit that he said, like, it's different. Like, okay, you can't tell me how to feel about this guy because it's like I can't just gloss over what he said just because he was like an icon in the industry. Like the shit that he said, it was hurtful to the community. So
No, for
even
sure.
like and to this day, I like even yeah, like he's no longer with us. Whatever that happens, but it doesn't change my opinion on him. He's still a prick.
No. And if we're talking about it from a wrestling standpoint, he was never a good wrestler. He was a
Exactly.
better entertainer than he was a wrestler. He could entertain the crowd, he could sell tickets. But when it came to absolute like in-ring work, he was horrible.
But like when he passed, the day he passed, like wrestling Twitter pissed me off so much for the way people were talking. Like it's like the people who are defending him. It's like I can't remember what everyone said, but it's just like, dude, come on, bro. Like the way you're trying to talk to people, like how to feel about certain, like don't do that shit, dude. Like you don't know what he did to these people. You don't get
Yeah.
it, right?
Like,
And I care more about it, the human being that somebody is versus what they do. Like, you can be like the greatest professional wrestler on earth, for example, but if you're not a good person, then I don't want to associate. And I care a lot of people about people who are good people. And
that's
I
why
think
you will never see. I'm
I
gonna
think
use
character
his
matters
name.
more than anything.
I'm gonna
Like
say
the only
his,
thing about Hulk Hogan I liked was his theme song.
like I'm gonna say his name, but that's why you will never see Chris Benoit on one of my lists.
Exactly. Like we can say, okay, yeah, he was a good wrestler. We can all admit that, but like
He's
nah,
one of my
he's
favorite
a
technical
monster.
wrestlers to ever touch this planet.
Exactly, he was a damn good technical wrestler. Like he was aggressive. I love his intensity in the ring, but like Jesus fuck, dude,
But
that horrible.
As a husband and as a father myself, it's
Yeah,
unforgivable.
I'm not a husband, but I am a father. So yeah,
One more question: what's your favorite tag teams like historically? Just your favorite tag team of all
Hardy
time.
Boys, Hardy Boys, Hardy Boys, Hardy Boys, Hardy Boys, Hardy Boys, Hardy Boys. I can't say that enough.
Rambo's favorite is Rybaxel.
Yeah, you're right. No, my
No,
favorite.
Rambo's is the Dudleys.
Oh,
Right?
that's amazing.
It's
That's
tossed up
amazing.
between the. I can't put one of these teams over the other. But it's either the Dudleys or the Road Warriors.
My top five go the Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian.
Team Hell No.
So it goes Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, Dudleys, Demolition, and believe it or not, this is gonna sound stupid, but I think they just were so much fun together. The New Age Outlaws.
That's not stupid at all. They were
Hell
very
yeah.
entertaining. For me, it's
Listen.
always the Hardy Boys. Like
New Age Outlaws, DX as a whole, was like a movement for my generation.
Yeah, but I think of
Very
them more
true.
of as a faction.
Yeah.
I separate them. They're more of a faction because there's a lot of people in that thing.
yeah, but for
But
me, it's always gonna be Hardy Boys. Like
Yeah,
just
the New Age Outlaws in themselves, they were great.
The reason why I ended up liking Demolition was when I started watching wrestling when I was younger. I was like, because they make their entrance with those masks, right? And I'm like, how do they breathe in that thing? That's what
I
made
love
me
J- I
start to
love-
like them. I'm like, how do they breathe?
yeah.
Splash Loud
Alright,
says it here in the comments. We all got in trouble once for telling people to suck it. I do
Of
to this
course.
day.
I almost got suspended.
I grew up
If
with
I'm
PGD.
working a
I grew up
show,
with like the PGDX with like when they were doing like the Little People's Court and stuff. Yeah, that's my childhood.
whenever I work
My
a
favorite
show,
version of
I
them
will
is like
crotch chop the
2006
fans.
DX, where they're making fun of the McMahons all the time.
Yeah, the cock stuff. Yeah.
I'll literally like crotch chop to
But
the
it-
crowd whenever I'm working a show.
Like right now, I'm watching Demolition take on the Colossal Connection, which is a Haku and Andre the Giant from WrestleMania 6.
That sounds like a good match. I'm not gonna lie.
Here comes the axe. Here comes the
All
smash.
right, all right. One last question for me. We did favorite tag teams. What's your favorite faction? The core.
DX or the Shield. I can't choose.
I think Rambo likes the core. He looks like a big core guy.
He's a core guy.
You like Ezekiel Jackson and
Fuck yeah.
Justin Gabriel.
Honestly,
was he in I don't know.
I really like this faction.
Social Outcast.
Fuck yes.
3MB.
Honestly, my favorite of all time is NWO.
Ew. Wow, that's ironic because it has Hogan in it.
For me,
I don't like it because like that Hogan. If Hogan was out of it, that would make that much better.
For me, I would say League of Nations. I'm joking. Okay, no. Yeah, for me, I would probably say like Evolution. Simple, because their theme song's amazing, and like, I think it has like the best sort of like aftermath of it, like what it actually did for the company, because it cemented Triple H as the star. It paved the way for Batista and Randy Orton, and it also kept Ric Flair relevant at that time. So just,
you know what, I'm gonna have to choose. You know what, the one that gave me the more emotional, I'm actually gonna have to choose the Shield, because the Shield to me, they broke out when I was in high school. So as a teenager, the Shield was to me what DX and the NWO was to the teenagers of the 90s. So from emotional standpoint, it's the Shield, because I hold that near and dear to my heart. When Dean Ambrose left and they had their final match, I was a mess. Like I was you couldn't even hug me. I was so mad when Dean Ambrose left. It hurt. And then but from like an entertainment standpoint, nobody made me laugh harder than DX.
yeah, DX is pretty funny.
But anyway, everybody, appreciate y'all for hanging out. I'll have
Sorry,
this.
Rainbow, we kept you
Yep.
late.
No, don't worry.
He's gonna go watch Ryback matches now. So.
Yeah, you're right.
No, he's gonna go watch Hulk Hogan.
I would literally rather watch absolutely
Paint
anything
dry or
else.
something. Yeah.
I
But
think WWE did put up a John Cena playlist. I think I'm gonna go watch that.
Everyone knows Ryback was the best match. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish
this-
WrestleMania 6 and go to bed.
This episode is going to be up tomorrow. So go check out the podcast. Leave a comment. Let me know that you're there.
Oh, this
Is
was
the-
recorded?
Is the link on your
Yeah.
bio?
The link tree is not working on my bio, but just look up Squared Circle Sessions on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. I'll try to have this up probably about 1:30, 2 o'clock Central Time tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Anyway, appreciate all you.
Appreciate
Alright.
you.
For having me.
Appreciate you guys. Nice to meet both of you. Nice to meet you, main event. I know Alex, but nice to meet you.
Yeah. Nice meeting you
Thank you.
too.
Y'all hop back in next time we do this. I'll
I
probably be
just
live
watched, by the
again.
way, main event.
I'll be live again tomorrow.
All right.
I'll try catching the live.
Type shit. Hell
Alright.
yeah. We'll see y'all later. Y'all have a
Bye,
good rest of y'all
Rambo.
night and a good day
Bye,
tomorrow.
Rambo. See you guys.
Yep. Good hook. And that's going to wrap it up for this bonus episode of Squared Circle Sessions. I want to send a huge thanks out to everyone who jumped into the chat, shared their opinions, and helped turn this into a real conversation. Whether you agreed, disagreed, or just came in to listen, this episode proved once again that wrestling is at its best when the fans are part of the discussion. Debates like the turnout of the John Cena's final match are exactly why we love doing this. Different perspectives, real passion, and no shortage of strong takes, and honestly, it doesn't work without all of you. So if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you're following, subscribed, and locked in wherever you're listening. And we've got plenty more coming up, and you never know when the floor might open up again. Once again, I am Rambo. Thank you for spending some time with us, and we will see you in the next one.